Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's messages of love from above. Excited to see what messages come through this evening. And as always, before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, whether you are watching live or on replay, um, I of course, invite that. So, so I can making sure my sound was working there. So before we do that, I just want to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now, and let all the stress and all the outside world stuff, we'll just let it all fall away. And just let that love flow down into our heart, fill us up and flow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant bubble of love. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy tonight in this moment for your mind, your heart, your body, a loved one, situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just circle you in a giant, giant bubble, like a group hug from your soul team. Just let it seep into your being like a sponge. Allow it to do whatever it needs to do for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. And before I get into the readings, I like to let everyone know every Monday I do have a giveaway where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. On Tuesdays, I'll put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday and how you can get into the drawing and any other giveaway news. Here is the link for that one. And I will be giving away two personal recorded readings, two 30-minute ones on Monday. So if you're interested in getting into that, be sure to check out the video. And tomorrow I'll be having a new Take 10 with Zen episode 2. We're going to be talking about spirit guides. So I'm excited about that. But there's also a drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. And so you have until the end of this session tonight to get into the drawing. All you have to do is watch the video, click the like button. They're less than 10-minute videos. So if you want to take a look at that, that'll tell you how you can get into the drawing. I'll be closing it out after I finish tonight's session to upload and announce the winner. It'll come out at midnight, my time, mountain time. So excited about that. Also, I can't believe we're headed to the end of June here in about a week. If you haven't checked out your personal recorded reading, not personal recorded reading, oh my goodness, your monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, check out the playlist there. I started working on July's today, and I'm excited for the messages coming through. And then also each week, I put out at least one personal recorded reading. What I keep on saying personal recorded reading? But I do. But I also put out a pick a card reading at once per week. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna start speaking in tongues or something here. Uh, so this week's was is the solstice bringing you? So for the 3 month, summer solstice or winter solstice, depending on where you're at in the world, you can check that out. This is gonna be good. My my speech seems to be um, a little off, but we'll see how that goes. Luckily, I step out of the way and spirit steps in, so that'll be good. All right, I think that's all the blah 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 that I wanted to talk about right now. So let me get my desktop all set up here, and we will get into the readings. And let me see here. Okay. So if you are new to the channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, um, we have a great soul group here. People with great senses of humor and huge hearts to match. So welcome. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve, and there's no special like list. The chat is the list, and you just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, then you can just ask for guidance or general reading, and spirit knows what you want. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I see several already, and come some coming through on PayPal too. So thank you guys so much. And when anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, and then I dive deeper into those, pulling more cards. Once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and move down the list in order. I'm usually on for about 2 hours or so, and I try to get through as many free readings as I can. But to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat or in the pinned comment in the description box of the video. I also share my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So you can make a donation any way you want. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know everyone's finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you give is the perfect amount. Um, I think that's everything. So let's get started. I am going to be using one of my favorite decks. Actually, they're all my favorite, right? It's like children. You can't have a favorite, but I really like this one, the Star Tarot. And then also, I have the Naked Heart Tarot as well that we will go back and forth when I feel led to switch them up. So I think that's everything. Oh, let me make sure I have this set to live instead of top chat. All right. So here we go. So first up, hey Cherry, thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. So you journal 2 pages trying to balance coins. Is something left? That's too funny. And you said you're so accurate. So they came to help you in your dreams. Oh, perfect. Used to have the same dream with nightmare feelings, but this time they were really gentle. Oh, okay. Very good. So later you felt some side of power touching you too. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So your question then is there anything left after journaling 2 pages of balancing coins? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel abundance coming in? Do you feel things are switching? Let's take a look here and see. What does spirit want you to know here? All right. And anything else here? I feel like this one right here. All right. Well, you do have this wonderful 10 of cups. So here is emotional stability, a very good, powerful card here. Because you'll see here, let's see if I can get it to quote it here. This is usually like rainbows, all the rainbow around here. And so emotional overflow, which is good. It's a good sign there. And then you also have the Princess of Pentacles, which would be the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So I feel like this means that there is flow happening. So you did a lot of important journaling work with those. We'll find out what more there is. Because you have the Hierophant, which is this invitation to dive deeper and deeper into your heart, your soul, to find and discover more and more and more the capital T truths of who you are, what you want in the world, and how you want to express it. Yeah, the Seven of Cups, which shows there's a variety of different desires for the outside world here, which usually it's emotional confusion, but I feel it's more emotional choice. That there's a lot of different things still to choose, and I don't feel like this is the balancing of the coins. I feel like with these cards that you really opened a good flow, but there's still, it's like your higher self is saying there's still this wonderful connection, and they'll still have some little things to work through in your dreams, but that is, this wonderful transformational type of stuff that I feel um, they're working on there. Because you have the Four of Wands, which is a nice balanced energy. It's joy, celebration, and I feel like they're it's kind of like this check-in. It's like, how do you know? Do you have this feeling of joy of everything that's going on in your life? And if it's no, then there's still some stuff to, kind of whittle through a little bit there. But I feel like they're showing here more the with all the stars and all this, a lot of it they're gonna reveal in dream time, so you have a wonderful, it sounds like, memory of your dreams, and, so when you wake up in the morning, whatever's on your mind and what you remember from your dreams, then that's the stuff that you can work on during your waking hours. Otherwise, a lot of it they're gonna do while you're, unconscious into your subconscious. So that I feel is what is coming through for you, Cherry. So I like it. I'm so glad that they were able to um, transform and be gentle in the dreams instead of having this energy that felt nightmarish. So I feel like a lot of that has to do with your energy has changed too. So I like that. But that's what's coming through. Not a whole lot more than that. So I like it. I like it, Cherry. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. And then always victory. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know what Spirit's advice is regarding your love life. And so you'd like an oracle and a tarot. And let's take a look here. So let's pull here. And always, if you are, isn't it? It's one of my favorite ones, the Star Tarot. Um, so if you, for your oracle, if you would like to choose, you have one, two, three, or four available. So el numero three. So number three is so tonight. Number three is the Prairie Majesty Oracle. I'm not sure what it was the other time. I clear all my cards because I do other readings in the area. So when I put everything back, who knows if it's exactly the same or not. All right. So you got the here with the the great horned owl. Mm-hmm. What is this about? Love? Are you a horned owl? What am I listening for? Let's take a look here. That sounds bad. Let's see. Okay, here they are. So when it comes to the hearing, it says selective hearing isn't necessarily a bad thing. Modern existence bring a constant cacophony of information, all looking for a place to land. What if you consciously choose what to receive? The great horned owl teaches us that the key to listening lies within. And it may surprise you to learn his visible tuft feathered horns, those things up here, are not ears after all. Great horned owl's ears are actually hidden underneath the feather markings on either side of his face. His asymmetrical asymmetrical ears give him exquisite hearing in a fascinating way. Because one ear is slightly higher than the other, the sound reaches one ear a tiny bit faster. And the great horned owl then um, tilts his head, sorry, to equalize the sound. And as a result, he ends up looking directly at its source. So no wonder he's an incredible, accurate hunter. Uh-oh. Are you hunting? So when assessing information in your environment, harness your hearing abilities beyond the physical. Take a second to pause and measure the information against your inner capital K knowing before you decide if it's worth listening to. That's great. Does it harmonize? Are there any hidden messages to be aware of? Empower yourself to choose what to hear based on whether it resonates with you. That way, you know if it's your next meal or just noise. Wow. Right. So I like that the clarity that's coming in there and trusting your inner knowing with all of that. Um, and then you get here temperance, yay, which is the unfolding, going back and forth between the two cups, trusting the timing to come in here. And as that's unfolding, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So there is new birth, but this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture as well, which has a lot to do with nurturing yourself, raising your self love. And as you're doing that, of course, that helps bring clarity. And it's, yeah, and you've been doing this. You've been looking and raising your love vibration and your self love, and it just allows you not to, pick up the first mouse like the horned owl. It's like it doesn't just grab the first meal. It's like, I like the selectiveness. I like no, you're just noise. You're not my next meal. And I like that. I like this message. Like you're saying, it's such a great message of um, trusting your higher hearing, trusting your inner knowing, and that just takes you on this path. I like the temperance card too. I know most times we get the patience cards and it's like, "Ugh," but I love the temperance because it is two cups, which is the two of cups, which is, love and significant relationships, but it takes time to bring in and have this base metal turn into gold. And so it's like, yeah, I'd much rather have wait and have gold than wait and have some junky old metal, right? So I like that for you coming in there. So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you right now. Always victory. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then I think here, love 1234, you sent a PayPal, which actually did come through. Lo and behold, miracle upon miracle. Actually, both of them came through. So that is good. Knock on wood. And then Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon, you'll be next, and then Nova. So thank you guys so much for your donations. All right. So love 1234. Thank you for your donations. Yes. And you are not annoying at all. You know, I look at whatever messages, that's what I'm here to do. So sometimes people ask a lot of the same question over and over and over through time, and it's okay because energy changes from day to day, moment to moment based on our decisions. When we're looking at the future, it's possibilities, and so when I it's almost like experimenting. Okay, now I've changed what I wanna do, so now has it changed? And it's amazing how it happens. I think I talked about how I did a reading for someone who was going through some they're actually fighting alcoholism, and they wanted me to do a reading, and at their current choice, they were, like, drinking at work and doing different things, and when I laid cards out, I mean, it was all these dark cards, and the death card came out. And that in that instance, they said, "If you continue going where you are, you're gonna die," because they were just, like, drinking so heavily. And then we read for a couple hours, and he changed his outlook on life and decisions, and he was like, "I'm curious, can you pull cards again, what my future looks like?" And I'm like, "Sure," and it was bright card, bright card, bright card, victory, victory, victory. So it showed me that even within, like, hours of each other, we can change our whole perspective and our energy by our choices. So, it's really, really interesting. It was a great aha learning experience for me. So you don't have to worry if you has ask the same questions because it can change and it's amazing. I like it. We have so much of we're co-creators in our life that our energetic choices can totally shift. It's like a ship. If a ship is off by a degree, where it ends up in the long term is a great distance, even though it seems like a small bit now. If it's off course by a little bit, or like a plane or a spacecraft, if you ever watch movies about how they learn to like go to the moon and do everything, if they off by just a little bit, it totally throws them off, thousands of miles away. It does make a huge difference, right? So anyway, so a little side tidbit. All right. So first question here. All right. So let's take a look here. So, question number one, what's going on with the mister? So, we got those. And then number two, amongst the madness. Let's take a look here. Okay. And then three. Let's take a look here. All right. So, we'll start off with those three. Uh, No, he's just in hermit mode. He's just doing some inner reflection here. The hanged one here, seeing things from a different perspective, transformation, the hermit. They go through, um, both of these together to show that it's like this drawing inward. And they have the Two of Cups. They still have this emotion for you. It's just that they've got so much going on that, they do have this um, need to go inward and recharge. And the hanged one here is like a cocoon where they are, and we know that they're doing this inner transformation. They're letting go of things and all of that. But I just feel like their life is so full, 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 full that sometimes they do have to kind of step back to recharge. But definitely just realize they still feel this way. There's not someone else. They're just busy with other things. So I don't feel that type of energy from them at all there. All right. And then number two, I just always cracks me up because it's like we've got the really emotional, deep emotional, and then the balanced emotion in mind. And I go, it depends on the moment, as always. Like, what are they thinking? What's going on? How are they perceiving things through everything? But and it feels like they're constantly changing. The Knight of Swords, one of the fastest moving knights in thought, and the Six of Swords, more movement of thought from one way of thinking to another way of thinking. Normally, this is like a from like choppy waters to calmer waters and going that direction, but I feel like it's like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the Knight of Swords, it's almost like one of those comedies they're showing me in my mind, but it's like, when you see someone go flying, it'd be like this. You see someone go flying this way, and then they're flying back this way. And it's just like back and forth. It's almost like a tennis match. Ch, 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 ch. So, same old with them. In fact, but I feel like it's almost intensified now because they've got a lot of just a lot of stress, a lot of agitation going on. So um, I feel like it's a good thing that you're not there because you're not getting hit by all this stuff, right? Usually, if you were there, you know how they were blaming things on people and they were exploding. It's like it's happening like 2 to 3 times, even more, 4 times, than it used to because they feel stressed. They're just blowing up at people so I'm glad that you're not, like, in office because, uh, the monkey's throwing poo everywhere, and you don't wanna get hit by it. And then so their next job here is like, no, no, not at all. You've got the Ace of Swords, which I think we got something similar like that before. This um, seeing things from a higher perspective and learning and growth, so much knowledge that you're gleaning through it. And the Magician, there's like this, um, wonderful uh, excitement, this manifesting, able to put the energy, allowing yourself to be a conduit, and you're able to share ideas, you're able to grow, you're able to initiate stuff, and they like your ideas. So, that's the difference, in quite honestly between these two. Huge is that um, they support your learning, they support your growing. There's so much opportunities to expand and then if you ever get bored, like bored where you're caught up, they're like, there's tons of things to help out on. And so they allow you to, help other departments and do things too. But I feel like you're not going to be to that point like 9 months to a year. There's so much that they're gonna have you involved in this. Like I said, like there's these new projects coming in. It's quite um I mean, it's gonna keep you busy and it's very interesting work. So I like it. I like it. And it's gonna be in a field that you're kind of newish to in a way. And so that turns out good too. All right. And then you had two more questions. Let me take care of those here. Okay. And then all right. Number 5. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think your boss regrets anything. Yeah, that's just it feels like their energy. Um, no, I don't feel like that for, your fourth question about a dating app. We have a higher calling here, something that helps people more. It's wish fulfillment, it's emotional stability. So I feel like that this isn't, uh, you know, th- like the medical is more up your alley here. I don't feel like the dating app thing is like, it doesn't feel like that here. It just feels more, kind of like, yeah, just in general. All right. You can't make this up. So, and then number 5, and I'm just going to start with this one because this is one like you can't make it up. So, if you, and I didn't put any of the cards back in here into the deck yet here. So, I mean, you got this with them, and you got this. It's here. So there's just no doubt in my mind that this is how they feel and the energy, towards you here. So I really like that. And the current energies, they're just withdrawn. Here's like the hanged man. Here is the high priestess away in their high priestess. He's in his high priestess temple, connecting and diving deep and reflecting on things, resting and rejuvenating too. And we have the Knight. This is the Knight. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight out of them all. So, it's patience. It's allowing things to unfold. And um, so, they uh, things can start to speed up a lot, right? And I feel like they're just wanting to um, keep things going. They don't want to rush too fast, because that's things that are built fast also fall apart fast. Things built slowly and are built, you know, over time are what stand the test of time. And so they're like, just know that it takes time. We don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So some things you don't see yet because it's happening inside of them, but it's all positive. I mean, we got the Lover's card and the Two of Cups. Um, it's a very, very clear message, right? So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I would tell you if I felt any alarms going off at all. I'd be the first to bust them out because I'm your big brudda Zen. I'd be visiting them in their dreams. Listen here. All right. So I think that was all of them there. So thank you again for your multiple donation there. And love you too. So thank you again. All right. So let me see, where did I leave off here? So we left off up there. There we are. So Gemini, Sun and Aquarius Moon, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know, will Taurus and you get to see each other tonight? Ho, ho, ho. Let's take a look. All right. Um, I don't feel like tonight you will. There's gonna be communication though. You may not see them, but you're gonna like talk. And then there's the Hierophant inviting just some alone time, some digging deep in here because you've got like uh, a few. You got the rest of them are um major arcana, which means it's just working through some of your truths, letting go of some fears and working through some good things. So it's good to have alone time because it allows you time to process. Because the Devil card shakes your foundations of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that may make you feel restricted and trapped, those types of things. And the Tower card, which is understanding that when things don't work out, like if more like plans, not like you guys being involved with each other. This is like, just know everything happens for you, and that with the change of plans or whatever, it's for your benefit, and it just helps that balance out things. Because we have here's the Ace of Swords and the balancing again, cutting away fears we have allows more love to flow too. And so it just is, it's good. It's a good evening. I feel like you guys will have a good chat. And they're just like, oh, I've got a ton to do. And how about we get together, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, all right, that sounds great. And then you have some good time to journal or reflect and like what thoughts and beliefs and mindsets can we chunk out, and what emotions and stuff can I just process and move so that it doesn't come in to the future get-togethers in the future. And that's what we do when we're given the time to do that. Then that's what comes in, right? We're given that time to open our self-love more so that our big pipeline of giving and receiving to the human or humans in our life, it expands the ability to do so. So that is what is coming in um, right now for you, Gemini, Sun, and Moon. So Not tonight, but doesn't mean not tomorrow night. But I feel like good conversation again, and you can use the downtime, the alone time, just to journal some good stuff, just to release some old things, some old thoughts, whatever bubbles up, whatever doubts or fears. It's good to just allow them to be heard, allow them to be felt, journal them, and uh, transform them and process them, um, where they can go. Ooh, that is rain I'm hearing. Got a little bit of rain and thunder and lightning going on out there. All right. So that's what's coming through, Gemini. So many, many blessings to you. Absolutely. Thank you again for your donation too. I appreciate you. All right. So Nova Rodriguez, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. I see you made a couple, so I will get down to that one. So first things first. How would your singing affect others energetically, physically? What would others think about it when they hear it? All right. I keep on wanting to call you Supernova. Maybe you're going to get into rap. That'll be your rap name, Supernova. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's going to have a positive effect on them because you've got the star card. The star, here's supernova. Literally a bright light in darkness and comes through here. Wheel of Fortune. It is fortunate for people. I mean, obviously, this impacts them in positive ways because it helps them see their life as fortunate and that things are happening for them. And then, if that wasn't enough, you get the Sun card, brightness, this bringing this wonderful things. Also, this helps them really look into um, their subconscious and allows them to deal with stuff too. So energetically, it really brings things to the surface that helps people transform, But it is this brightness. You bring brightness in the darkness with your music. So, there it's very fortunate. I feel like this is for you too. And it makes you stand out, maybe you even become a music star. But definitely 3 this is wishes come true, Wheel of Fortune, Sun card. 3 cards that you want to get when you're asking a question about success and impact and everything else. So, this is definitely, a huge positive, um, result. I mean, it's definitely, impactful in very, very positive ways. So, I guess transformative is the word that they're bringing up. So I like it for you, Nova. I mean, a boom, boom, boom. Right? Oh, very good. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's what they have for that question there. And then always victory. Thank you. I'll be back to you, a supernova here in a minute. Um, so always victory. Thank you so much for your additional donation. All right. And then you are asking here, so can you manifest an offer from him in June? All right. Let's take a look here. See, is it a possibility? Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is the clarification. So I'm going to show you these first because it makes sense uh going backwards. You got the lovers card, you got the 8 of wands, which is fast moving energy and an increased amount of energy and movement. So this tells me that it is possible, it can be sped up because of this energy card. So I like this. If I got something like the 9 of wands or something which is like blocks, then I'd be like, well, maybe not. But the cards that came out first, which is why I wanted to clarify, was we have the Seven of Swords, which is, you know, what's required is for us to understand what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are down here underneath the surface. Like you're aware of these thoughts and beliefs that have thieved from you in the past, that have cheated you out of, stepping forward and making you hesitant about doing things. But this is the ones, the four underneath the surface here are the ones that are kind of restricting the emotions within these, antlers here. It's like whatever is feeling you, making you feel the restricted and um, hesitant, those are the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that can be looked at because there is this hanged one here, which is transformation, the butterfly cocoon transformation that you're going through. And, these things here are, what we're, working on removing from there. So I do see that here, just still needs to be done in order for that, this energy to happen and go forward. And I feel like something, it's like, so I know that sometimes it's like, well, what are these beliefs? um, the Three of Pentacles will help identify those because the Three of Pentacles are what what am I afraid? Because it's all about being true to your authentic self, right? What would what would I be afraid that they would find out about me or that I would hesitate in sharing about, a side of you, or a desire, or something that you would want to share about your life. And it shows us like what areas we have fear around, about um, sharing, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like this awareness that kicks in, and you're allowed to see what you are still just going, you know what, I'm going to be me. And the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must about, well, this is who I'm supposed to be in a relationship or a situation. And I don't want to be that. And it's like, but if I'm not, then people won't want me. It's that kind of, okay, that's the thing, because it's you being true to your authentic self, which draws in the person that deserves you and that you're meant to be with, not someone who would be like, well, if you're not going to be who I want you to be, I don't want to be with you. And you're like, well, thank you for helping me make my decision. you know. So I feel like that's what's coming in here, with that, if that helps. They're always victory. So again, thank you so much for your additional donation, and uh, best of journeys to you. All right. All right. So, Nova, so your additional donation, thank you for that. And you want to know, was it the right decision cutting M out of your life entirely? Uh, what were their true intentions and why were they so attached? Okay, we'll take a look here. So, there's no right or wrong decision when it comes from spirit. It's just more of, is it the highest vibrational choice? Is it for your highest expression, or that? So usually when we ask right decision, it's is was that for, like, for me to get the most highest experience out of this lifetime? Because sometimes we don't want it. We've like had enough of those. We want, drama. We want roller coaster. So that's what we'll ask when it comes to that here. And then the others. So, was it for your highest experience, cutting them out of your life entirely? Let's take a look here. So we've got the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. So I feel like it was necessary for your emotional stability. And there's still some work, not work. I hate the word work because it sounds like work. But there's some reflection that you can do down here, because it's that, yeah, because it's actually, there is a deer, so it is a reflection. So there is this reflection that you can look at, because there's reasons why, why there was conflict, why there was, you know, things happening, but there's some other stuff that you can still reflect on and glean and learn from the experience that you had. So there's still some stuff below the surface. And that's what they want you to know there is that to make the most of the experience, um, these are some of the things you wanted to understand and learn, some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around yourself that you can release that no longer serve you. And part of them was a mirror for you to see those things, to bring those triggers up so that you could question them and transform them. Okay. So there is that there, but I feel like they're saying, yeah, it was necessary for emotional stability because they were such a, I don't know, like a big boulder being thrown in a calm pond, ripples, ripples, ripples all the time, right? And then what were their true intentions? And so we understand the higher intentions were to be a mirror for you. That's the heavenly intentions. But the human, we can see what the human's intentions were, that human character that they were playing here. Yeah. So they were emotionally confused and they were trying to find this stability, this mental stability in their own mind, in their own lives. But there's all these stories that were said. Whenever I see this card, it cracks me up because I'm like, there's some sort of story about the three bears and a trout. And I don't remember a trout being in the story of the three bears, but hey, there's the story they were telling themselves about this, um, fantasy that was going to come true and that it was going to make them happy. So they were looking for mental stability and emotional stability. And they thought that, because of what they were taught growing up that, oh, this is what's going to make me happy. This is what's going to make everything, you know, um, fine in my life. It's finally going to make me feel whole and complete. But that the outside world never brings that to us, right? Because you can give someone the entire world and they could still choose to be unhappy because they're unhappy on the inside, right? And they were so attached because they had the hots for you. The Ace of Wands, very much passion, passion, passion. Um, and I think you kind of rock their world in a way because they were just like, I've never felt this way, but you brought it in there. Yeah. And we got the devil card. So definitely the shaking and the rattling, they're just coming back to the true intentions were to reveal both of you independently of what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets were, keeping you caged and feeling like you were chained. And it was for part of the process of the, Saturn energy shaking and rattling the cage to bring awareness around the cage so that you could also realize that the door in the back of the cage was actually ajar and open anyway the whole time, and that you can just walk out. You're not trapped. It was just, you know, um, some, you know, self-imposed prisonry going on. So that's what's coming in there. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense there because they felt like that you were supposed to be the one to make them happy and do all that. And you're like, no, yeah, it's what happens when and it's good to realize that every moment is either of unconditional love or fear. And if someone's not acting intelligent, compassionate, and loving, then it means they're in fear because and what triggers someone to go into fear is when their little inner child is feeling unsafe or out of control. And then this adult, this intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us gets bumped out of the control room. And then what happens is the little 2-year-old with their pet cats in charge, and they're going to do whatever they feel they have to do that's not intelligent or compassionate or loving necessarily. It's like, I got to do whatever I got to do to feel in control. And so when someone comes across as controlling, it's a little 2-year-old feeling unsafe and out of control, try to feel in control again. Because an emotionally intelligent, compassionate person isn't going to feel that way, isn't going to have that need to do that. So hopefully that helps. All right, but that's what they have for you, Nova. So I like it. I feel like it's a good decision. Like they said, it was a the decision that brought you emotional stability, which you needed because they were just like causing a lot of ripples and you needed calm so you could hear these wonderful messages for your life and bringing you forward towards your dreams. So that's what was going on there. It's a good, but you still have some stuff that you could learn from. Okay, what were my triggers? Because they were the higher intentions was for you to see these triggers to release them so they don't impact you in the future. Okay. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nova. So many blessings to you. All right. And then KDP. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. And we're going to say, can you see if you'll get a good job this July? All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see. What does spirit? Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Quick reflexes. Caught him. Caught him. Like a tarot ninja tonight. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. There's definitely an opportunity for it in July here. I know you've been waiting for it here. I mean, you've got two of these waiting cards here, the the hanged man, 7 of Pentacles, last thing to grow on the fruit tree. But the 7 really stood out to me for July. And it got the 10 of Cups, which is joy and emotional fulfillment and overflowing. So I feel like the wait is over. These cards are like, oh my gosh, it's time for harvest. So I like that these came in here because here's the butterflies flying out of the cocoon, which means it's time to emerge from the cocoon regarding the job there. So I like that. There is the balancing here. I mean, I like all this queen energy, but you have the justice card here. So with the motions and the Queen of Wands here, it is a lot about balancing energies, right? So the Justice card with the Ace of Swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective, cut away fears, balancing our thoughts. So what are we choosing with our thoughts? What are we choosing with our emotions? What are we choosing with our energy? And all three of these are the three areas we have the power of choice within, right? So, and when we're focusing in on, I think I've talked about this a lot, but it's great because repetition is how we change our habits, right? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But whatever we, you know, focus on is what grows and expands. And so, like our energy, when I'm focusing on, like, oh, I wish I would get a good paying job, or I wish I really hate my job. I really wish I had more money. When we're doing all that, we're focusing on missing things or stuff we hate. We tell the universe because it's like a little kid going into a donut shop, with the little the little cabinets, windows, and they're pointing at this donut, and so they're like, "Okay, you want a dozen of those?" And they get the dozen, they're like, "No, I hate those." And they're like, "Why are you pointing at it then? Point out what you do want, and then you get a dozen of those instead." And so it's like, "Oh, yeah." So when we focus on what we hate, we're telling the universe, "I really want more of those things. Can you bring me more things to hate?" Or missing, right? But when you focus on gratitude, that's the transformational type of energy, both in thought and emotion and energy and action is what am I grateful for? And what do I want to bring into my life? And then I'm telling the universe, I really am, I'm grateful for this and that, then I want more things to be grateful for. I would like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll bring you the grateful donuts instead of the hate filled gross donuts. So I like this for you. Definitely huge possibility. I feel like it's almost uh, destined that it happens in the month of July, but how big and how fast has so much to do with all of the energy that you're investing in those. So I like it very much there. I mean, it's very positive, very much in your power. And so I like this. It's even if you just um, have like a gratitude journal. I feel like it helps with the situation there. Mm, yeah, so um, saying there are no jobs, you're telling the universe, "Hey, universe, I am so grateful that there are no jobs. I love feeling like there's no jobs. Can you make it? Can you take more jobs? Make sure no jobs come my way." So instead, try making it a gratitude of I'm grateful that you're bringing me the perfect job for me in July, and that you're opening up the opportunities, and just really trust. Build that trust with Creator and Spirit of I am grateful because you are going to bring me that because you know that that is what I'm grateful for, and so jobs will open up and but when we're focused on that there are no jobs, then we're telling the creator, I enjoy feeling like there are no jobs. Can you keep jobs away from me, please? So I like the power that we have, and it's such an amazing energy. I know it almost feels like woo woo and stuff, but our energy is so powerful. It's the thing that I've realized the most. Um, Over these last 6 to 9 months doing readings is that so much of our switch of our energy transforms lives. It's just amazing, how it works. So I like it. Meow. Well, freaking out is fear, right? So when we focus on our fears, we're telling the universe, I enjoy fearing. Can you give me more things to fear, right? So it's a conscious choice of what am I thinking about? What am I choosing to feel? Like, what story am I putting to things? What emotion am I choosing? Where am I investing my energy? What action? Even writing it out, bring action of gratitude you know, um, the into the physical world, right out. Um, I'm grateful for the job coming in July. Whatever actions, it's like get the mind, emotions, see it, feel it, imagine it. And it's like all that energy draws that in. But if we fear, we're drawing in lower vibrational experiences. When we're in gratitude, we're bringing a higher vibrational, which is when we get the things that we're looking for there. So, yeah, meow. You're so funny. So that's definitely it's very positive possibilities there. There's so much with all of those cards. It's very positive. So hang in there, Katie. Hang in there. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Breathe, breathe. That helps the cat calm down. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. All right. Brenda Tejada. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. All right. Those must be your cards. They're not wanting to go back in. You want to know how's Matthew Charles Debra towards your situation and you? All right. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know here. Well, so they're doing a lot of thinking here. There's this energy here. I mean, you got two major arcana, which are significant energies that come in here. Let me see what these other cards are here. Yeah, they're like at this decision. They're trying to make these decisions. I feel like they're kind of undecided, are just around just how they feel and what they want. We'll look at the other cards here in a sec, but the reason I'm saying that is the Justice card has the Ace of Swords, this huge Ace of Swords. There's this balancing that comes in of cutting away our fears to help balance out these scales, because we start off real out of balance because we have a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts about love and relationship and life, that we're way out of balance, because we're taught those popular opinions of, supposed to and should and need to and have to and must about things, that there's fears of failure, fears of rejection, fears of losing conditional love all around. But this is about trying to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love that cuts away their fears. And the Emperor is this new fiery energy where the Emperor is surrounded by people. Again, here's the balancing. But there's a lot of, the Emperor has like a throne room full of advisors blabbing about those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all that. Well, this is what it's supposed to be. And the Emperor with this number 4 is about them wanting to find stability and not to be bouncing back and forth between what they want and what they fear will happen if they don't do what everyone else wants them to do. So I feel like they're just trying to figure life out in general here, because we've got the King of Swords too. And here's that Ace of Swords. The King of Swords not only co-rules over all the thought and belief and mindset, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which means they're the master of thought and belief and mindset. So all of this, all three of these cards they are doing a lot of stinking thinking, a lot in their mind, a lot of trying to figure life out, try to figure things out. What do I want? It's like, basically the Emperor is like the King of Swords in the suits, instead of the Major Arcana, but there's all this thinking energy coming in here, and that's what makes me feel like they're just not they haven't made decisions. They're just bouncing all over the place. They're how they feel about you. We've got the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight out of them all, but it's passion, 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 passion. And so I feel like on one end, they're focusing their energy on that they have this attraction and they want to move forward, and they're, really a lot of attraction with that card. But then they also have the Four of Pentacles, which is about a stable outside world and like home and feeling secure in the outside world. And so it's like they're going back and forth between these two things. And there's all these fears, all these thoughts and beliefs that we were talking about that keep them from moving forward here. They got a lot. This is why they have all this thinking going on, because it's like they have a lot of contradictory opinions and thoughts and beliefs on the outside, and they're just like, I don't know what I want to do. I feel like they're torn um between so many things that they just feel emotionally and mentally confused. And usually when we're in fear, that's what happens. We're out of our minds because the intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, when we go into fight or flight mode, is gone. It's a little 2-year-old and their pet cat that are in charge, and that's why they feel so confused. They don't know what to do because they are so out of sorts, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense to you, because it just feels like they don't know what they want, and I don't feel there's like this unknowing right now of what they're going to choose, because they do have the power of choice. So I wish I could give you more definitive answer with all of that, but hopefully that you understand where they're coming from a little more. And whenever we have this where people are going through their storm, what that allows us to do is like they're our mirror. So whatever you're seeing in the situation is for you. So while you're waiting for that mental storm to break and the skies to clear, you can be looking at your own mindsets and thoughts and beliefs and what can what thoughts no longer serve you that you can let go, what emotions no longer serve you that you can let go too, because it's always about a mirror for us, right? So that's what's coming through, Brenda. So hopefully that helped. But again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Um, I don't feel like he has someone else. I just feel like he's just unsure of what he wants in life. I don't feel like there's anyone that's that I feel like they're just looking at all of life in general, not like choosing between people, as more so of like, what am I supposed to do with my life and who am I and what do I want and do I want to move forward? Do I not? What up, 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 it just feels like their whole world, they just don't know what they want. And so, and something has triggered in their life that has caused this fear to arise, and so that's why they feel confused and they just don't know what they want. Maybe something family related that maybe someone passed recently, because it feels like something that has spawned that has just like this boom, big thing that comes in here. So um that's what's coming through. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. Yeah. All right. So thank you again for your donation. And then up next we have Nadu. Thank you so much, Nadu, for your donation. Hello, hello. So you want to know if these two people are in a relationship and what's going on between them. What are they hiding? You don't know whether you need to wait or move on. Okay, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about the relationship between the two, if there is one. We'll take a look here. And then um, anything that they want you to know that is hidden. Okay. And then what's for your highest experience? To wait or to move it, move it. Okay. Okay. So, you know, we've got I know whenever I start off saying that, I hear myself saying that, and I go, "That just sounds really weird." Not weird, but it's, like, ominous, right? Well, so we got the devil card here, which the devil card is Saturn energy. It's the shaking of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So it means there's some friction that's happening, and there's these mirrors that's just really shaking things up, right? But then we also have the chariot here. And the chariot is this movement, this victory, this power of choice that's happening as it's going here too. So it's like there's this shaking out of beliefs, there's these releasing and letting go of old ways of thinking. And I feel like there's movement forward with it. And they're really learning about choice. And I feel like it's such a huge piece that it's almost like if something's gonna be so rough, it's like sometimes you have to really say, "Is it really worth it?" And for me to want to go through all of this stuff, I've really got to, um, want it, or it's going to blow up very fast, right? And so that's what I feel like with them, that I feel like there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of clearing out of stuff, but I feel like they've made this choice that they're, um, you know, really pushing through, with it here. Um, we've got the again, with we got the 5 of cups, so there's spilt cups, but there's also this connection, and the 9 of cups is like this wish come true feeling, like that's what they think they're pursuing. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune too. So I feel like whatever they feel they have feels like it's working for them, and their human side feel like it's, um, for them in their. So I feel like there is this energy between them here, and it feels like there's connection. It feels like they just feel drawn together. It's almost like twin flame type of energy where they can't stay away. It's like they're drawn together to really, it's like a strong draw, but it's also like battle battle time. It's like one of those um, you know, um video games where they battle like Mortal Kombat. It's like they're drawn together, but they also are drawn to battle, and they just can't help it here because, again, this 7 of Swords here with it's like the reflection. They're learning so much. There are these mirrors that are drawn where they can't help but be drawn to reveal these things. 7 of Swords um, is the thievery, deception, card. So, when you're talking about are they hiding, is there something hidden? That would tell me yes, that there is. And then um, they wanted all that, and then let's pull it here. See, is it worth? I almost like, is it worth? No, yeah. So this unfolded for you to see the 8 of Swords, which comes after the 7 of Swords. It allows you to see what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, what fears you've had that have made you feel blinded and bound and restricted. And it allows you to set yourself free. So, whatever the situation between them has brought up, and your situation with each of them, it allows you to release yourself and brings you this freedom. The eagle is a represents spirit and this freedom that comes in. And you've got the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, which means there's new opportunities that are forward for you. And so I feel like it's best, Spirit is saying that this wasn't a mistake, that you came across this so that you could find these triggers and release them so that you don't bring them into this new opportunity, because the new opportunity is so much more in alignment with your heart and something you deserve. But it's important for you to have seen these triggers because they would get in the way of you. It would be your own thoughts that would keep you blinded and bound and trapped, and you wouldn't be able to move forward into this new opportunity that's coming up here for you. Yeah, because you have this new adventure, this new journey, definitely. So the full card is moving forward on a new adventure, leave behind the old and begin the new. So definitely um, solid message there. I know, Nadu. But I was talking to someone. Was it earlier today or was it yesterday? But I go, isn't it amazing that um, we experience how I said it was, yeah, we experience some jerks so that when we meet someone, um, we're so much more appreciative of the non-jerks because we've experienced the jerks. So I know, but that's what's coming through there, Nadu. So hang in there. Much love to you. So hang in there. All right. And I think here. All right. So up next here, Cherry, thank you so much for your additional question here. And so let's take a look here. So, all right. So, is there anything you can do to solve your remaining things consciously? All right. Let's take a look here. And I'm going to switch up to the Naked Heart Tarot. Hey, Melissa, I see your question there. I do go down in order, first come, first serve, except for I'm doing donations right now. because I do step out of donations to prioritize those and complete them. And then I go back to the free readings, and I actually haven't started the free readings yet because I've had several donations. So I'll eventually get down to your question, but if you do want it prioritized, you can make a donation of any kind, and I can do that. Otherwise, I do see your question, and I'll hopefully get down there. uh, but there is a list. Like I said, I haven't even started the free ones yet. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. So, Cherry, anything that you can do consciously to solve remaining um, items? Let's take a look here. All right. Two, two, and two. Okay. All right. Yeah. Kind of the same message a few times. We'll just go through them here though, because you got the high priestess, which is about, of course, taking your time to step back into your high priestess temple and connect to the spirit realms. But really, this is diving deep into the unconscious and the subconscious, which we can do consciously. But it's the Eight of Swords. What of my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets make me feel restricted and small and trapped? So, anything we can do with inner child work, or which is where all the subconscious stuff is, helps us transform things. So, um, if you have modalities you use to communicate with your inner child, that's the thing we can do consciously. We dive deep in. Sometimes you write, like, with your like, you write a question to your inner child with your writing hand, and then your non-writing hand, they write back to you. It's like it's how you get into your subconscious. There's a lot of different things. There's a great book, um, The Presence Process by Michael Brown. I know I talk about it a lot. Um, do I even have it here? Yeah, I have it right here on top. I must have been talking to someone about it because uh, amazing, amazing book to get into our inner child and to release things. Because I mean, I've done a lot of inner child and shadow work, but I read that last year and it blew my mind and opened up more things of transformation, to where I even, like, in my mind's eye, went into the nursery at the hospital with me as a baby, and I had feelings of abandonment, being left, in the little bassinet thingy. And I went over and I picked my little baby self up and just snuggled in with myself here, and I just felt this love go back and forth, and just let him know, just even patting him, the little baby, and just sat there and for a few minutes and just allowed that. So it's an amazing, amazing book that has a lot of great things in it. They have some breath work, which I I'm not too much into that side of it, but if it resonates, definitely do it. But even outside of that, just reading the materials, life changing. So I like it. So I feel like that is that piece there that you can consciously do. The other thing here is the Seven of Wands, and then the Knight. I think it's the Knight. Yeah, Movement of Swords. Um, so here's, again, looking at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. You got swords under each one because you got the Eight of Swords here, and then you also have the Ace of Swords over here. So there is looking at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that comes in here, Cherry. And the Seven of Wands, something that you can consciously do is realize when you feel defensive, what thoughts and beliefs, what's triggering, what fear is coming up and triggering, and that this allows you to see it from a higher perspective and move your mindset and change my sense around it. So that helps with that as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, this balancing energy. That continue just to balance, allow yourself to feel and flow without suppressing thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and slice it away. So feeling empowered and realizing that we're in an ebb and flow, and that um, it's like a continual process too. It's if we have this feeling of like, when am I going to be done with this? When we're dead. When we step out of this body, that's when the journey ends. But we're always going to have this ebb and flow. We're here to grow. It's like, when am I going to stop learning at school? When we graduate, when we stop taking classes. And so I feel like there's that, we're rushing to get to this point of like, everything is going to be done, when we realize like there's always going to be something on the to-do list. Then we stop freaking out about that there's something on the to-do list, right? And I feel like that's kind of a message with that. It's an ebb and flow. I know I used to be that. I was very motivated. I want to get all this done, then I can have a perfect life. And they're like, spirit, my spiritual posse, they just crack up. Ha ha ha, you're so funny. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? And they're just like, you're never done when you're here. That's why you come here. It's a continual, it's like there's always a ride to ride in this giant fear amusement park ride. So enjoy it. It's only when you become an ascended master that you stop, you know, um, having the challenges, and then you're just around helping people. But ascended masters are very far and few between, right? So it's like, take the pressure off. All right. That's what they have for you, Cheery. So I like that. Great question. Many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your multiple donations. I appreciate you. All right. And I think that was all the donations. So here we are. And we are going to start with the free readings. And we have Rishi. Hello, hello. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here since it's been a little bit. All right. And you'd like to know whatever messages Spirit has for you. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Wow. Two great cards to get. I mean, you've got the Magician card, which is like Spirit saying you have everything you need within you to transform your life. It's just a matter of where you invest your energy, right? So wherever we focus our magic wand is what grows and expands. And I know I talk about this a lot, but uh, repetition is how it works, right? So if I focus in on what I'm grateful for in my life, then I'm telling the creator, I love this and I love being grateful. Can I have more things to be grateful for? And it's like an example I mentioned earlier is, if your little child goes into a bakery and points at donuts in the little donut case and is pointing, and they take out 12 and give them 12, a dozen of donuts of that. They're like, no, I hate those. So like, why are you pointing at it? Why are you pointing out what you hate? Because that's what I'm going to give you. So point out what you love and what you want, and then you get more of that, and you get less of what you were pointing at before. And that's like the Magician card. It's this wonderful, whatever we point at is what's going to come towards us. So be aware of what we're pointing at. And then the Sun card is victory. It is this brightness that's shining onto our lives. And there's the subconscious. This is Leo energy, the child energy. Um, so it's like, look at the world with awe, look at the world with wonder, and, go forward and enjoy life and see it from, a place of less expectations of all the rules of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's. And there's this great, transformation that comes from that. They also about the inner child, and, we've talked about, inner child work and things that we can do to look inward. So very powerful things that can happen in major arcana that can be significant life-changing energies for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. All right, Daijona, hello, hello. So whatever your soul and your angels want you to know. All right, let's take a look here. So we've got this nice 6 of Pentacles coming up here. I feel like you're getting some blessings coming your way where you have enough even for yourself, where it actually you're able to give to others too, whether it's money or it's a opportunity or love or whatever this feeling of abundance is that you feel, you're able to give to others as well. And the 7 of Wands shows like you shining bright, like, I know it looks like, this is like this is about that we don't have to become defensive. We are, it's like a bright light on a hill and, on a dark night. People are attracted and drawn like, "Why do you get to be bright? Why do we have to be dark? Come back here and be dark and miserable with the rest of us." But it's like the sun does not ask permission to shine, and, it just shines, and if people can't take it, that's not the sun's fault. The people just need to get into the shade. But we also, out of compassion, we can help people and raise people up too. But we don't have to defend our happiness. We don't have to defend our abundance. And so just allow that to flow in and um, just realize that people, when they attack like that, when they blah, 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 and open their mouths, it's because they feel low about themselves, and they already felt low about themselves, and so they're down here and they feel like they're already low, and then when you go up on a hill they feel even lower about themselves, and it's not your fault, it's how they feel about themselves that's bringing them that. And so they're just saying, like, just understand where it's coming from. You don't have to fix it, but if you out of love want to help, you can, but you don't have to, but you can. That 6 of Pentacles feels like you have enough to give, and so you do give, and they're like, "Oh, okay." That shut them up. Alright, but that's what's coming through, Dajona, so many blessings to you. Right, Anya Ohuya, you're the next free reading coming up here, but I do have additional donation, so I shall return to you. Thank you, Always Victory, for your additional donation, and a general yes or no question using the Psychic Tarot. Absolutely. So, Psychic Tarot Oracle. So, let's take a look. Yes or no? Whoa. All right. You got the truth card. You're putting down the truth. Card 20, judgment card. So, this feels very much like a yes, because it's about speaking the truth. But let's see what the oracle side of it says here. Oops. How's if I get into the right section? Here we go. So, the qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake up call to get your attention and show how far you can go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. So, the truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. So, using the powers of the universe and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and a shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realized and understood. So, be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. Yeah. So, trust your gut, trust your intuition. But for me, it really feels like a positive yes, because it feels like you are moving forward, that you're seeing things. You're not like leaping forward. So it's a yes, but step, forward carefully. So I like that for you. Cheery, you're so funny. Thank you for your additional donation always. Yeah, there's always going to be something. Yeah, there's always something. All right. And a tarot. Yeah, absolutely. As a general yes or no. So let's take a look here and see. And I feel like we're switching back to the star tarot here. So general yes or no. um See, but this one looks very positive, doesn't it? Your higher self is calling you to this higher place. Oh, that's funny. They're just like, it always comes back. It always comes back to that. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. And you got the King of Wands, which is in your power. It's a very positive card too. And it also represents your higher self, which is funny because the Wands energy, spiritual energy, um and the highest, of course, the in the suit is the king, is the higher spiritual energy that you can experience your higher self. So it's like higher self, higher self. That's just hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, this is too funny. Too funny, too funny. And you got the power of choice card coming in with a lover's card too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah. If something bad was fated to happen, yeah, the whole thing, it's like trust your higher self too, and that makes sense, because the judgment cards, it's like our higher self calling us and allowing us to see that we're so much more than the human experience, and to trust that our soul signed up for like they're the ones that signed us up for our vacation package, and it's like, are you gonna trust your soul that they chose the vacation package that, they really wanted? And we're like, "Well, maybe they were drunk, because sometimes I feel like we were." But, it scared you. You're like, "Ah." But I feel like it's, like, trusting that, you know, truly, is there anything that, is bad? Uh, that's our judgment of our human, it's fearful, right? It's only bad if we fear it means something about us, right? But when we really can sit and trust the creator, trust our higher self, our spiritual team, that the universe is kind and everything truly does unfold for us, is anything really bad, And it's like things may not match up to what our human feels and fears it has to, or what does it mean? But when we realize, no, everything unfolds for us, then it's like we look for the blessing in it instead of, the curse in it, right? So it's really interesting. When I scared you, Jerry? Like, no, it, um, we pulled, the judgment card in one, oracle tarot deck, and then I pulled from a tarot deck and I got a judgment card again. That's why I was laughing. I just crack up. It just tickled my fancy. All right. So that's what's coming through always. So thank you so much for your sense of humor too, and cheery. For all of you, everyone has a good sense of humor, right? All right. So Michelle, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. peace. And you're just like a general reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here, Michelle. Let's see. What does spirit want you to know right now? All right. Two, two, and two. Let's see what we got here. All right. And more. And more. Wow, you got a lot on your mind, don't you? uh because we've got here, you got the Ace of Swords. Swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, you know. Um, okay, what's coming towards you? Well, evidently you have a lot of thinking coming towards you because you have the Ace of Swords, which is, allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and cut away the small T truths. Well, that's what this Justice card is here. If you've seen 1111 a lot, or 11, this makes sense too, because, or 111, because this is the Ace of Swords right here, and it's balancing out our small T truths with our capital T truths, because it starts off always out of balance. We've got this, you know, nightmare card here. Here's the Nine of Swords. A lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep us up at night or make it hard to sleep, or we wake up thinking about things, or dreaming, or nightmares even. And so all these are these small T truths that we feel we have to live up to, and we fear if we won't, and that's where it's out of balance. But when we're, coming in with the balancing here, this Ace of Swords allows us to connect to the capital T truths up above, which allows one side of the scale start to go down and this one starts to go up. But it's double edged. It also allows us to question our fears, and it cuts away our small T truths, which allows it to balance faster, right? Because as we are, um, you know, adding stuff on this side, if we're taking stuff on this side, it balances out faster instead of having to clunk a whole bunch of stuff on to bring this big weight up, right? And amongst all that, so you're letting thoughts and fears that no longer serve you, you're cutting those away. And at the same time, with the Eight of Cups, you're cutting away emotions that no longer serve you too, and possibly even friendships or relationships or family, any type of relationships that don't serve you anymore, that you just are ready. You've been investing a lot of energy in them, in the emotions and in the relationships, and it just doesn't serve you anymore, and you know it, and you're ready to go, okay, I'm ready to let those go, which is good because it does make space for you to allow new things to come into your life, because you've got the Queen of Swords, which is balancing of heart and mind. More swords coming in here, right? So here she is wielding that mighty Ace of Swords, and she co-rolls over the sword suit with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which is emotion. That's why it's balancing heart and emotion. And so there's this wonderful balance, that's coming in, which obviously we've got the balancing theme going on here as well with that Ace of Swords. So it's definitely this wonderful activity coming in. And it's great because all of this leads to this wonderful Nine of Wands, where if you feel like you've been bumping your head up against a wall over and over and over again, you can see this Ace of Swords used to be here where it created a wall. Um, and I meant to say Ace of Wands. If I said Ace of Swords, it's Ace of Wands. But it shows us that things that we've been busting our head up against the wall, and it's because we've had these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have created that wall, but now you're questioning those and you're releasing them, and in doing so you really have this stepping into your power with this. The nine is like a hermit's journey, and the Nine of Wands is understanding your power, where I invest my energy is what grows and expands. And this is like this wonderful freedom, because you step up and you grab one of the wands that's like blocking your path, and it activates. and it glows, and you realize you can remove it, and you're standing in your power, and it just happens to open up this space perfectly for you to move through it. So where you felt like there's this wall that you couldn't get through and get past, that's changing. That's what's coming towards you. This questioning of these fears allows you to release things that suddenly, emotions being released, thoughts being released that don't serve, and then this wall opens up and you're just like, hallelujah, I'm moving through, and you step through. So I love that for you, Michelle. So that's what's coming through for you. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Aprilia. All right, always victory. Lies, all lies. You're fine. You will not accept it. Well, that's okay because the psychic tarot, I don't repeat oracle cards during my, like when I start on a Wednesday and I go through Sunday. I usually use all the same decks. On the oracle, as I use them, I put them to the side so they never get repeated. So it's over there. If it shows up in here, I'm really going to poop my pants. So let's take a look here. You are very welcome, Michelle. All right. So let's take a look here. So a yes or no. All right. Here it is. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So you got the intuition, the high priestess card coming in here, I believe. So I like it. I like it. I like the onk. All right. So let's see here. I think it is it is the high priestess card. I know, right? So intuition is the language of the soul. When this card shows up in a reading, it's a clear message that it's time for you to use your intuition. Just give it a chance. And you'll quickly notice how it might be trying to get your attention. With so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Synchronicities and so called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Like the judgment card coming out twice? I'm just kidding. Do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? Has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? These are all signals for you to pause, be open, and pay attention. This is a perfect time to seek the answers from within. So turn inward, where you'll find the solutions and valuable insights that are waiting to assist you. When you learn to use and trust your intuition, you'll begin to have a sense of not only the right timing, but you'll also begin to perceive people and situations with a deeper and more discerning eye. You'll not only observe beneath and beyond what's actually in front of you, you'll see the real deal. Boom. All right. That's your message there. Trust in your intuition. Close your eyes and open your heart. Look into the beyond. So I like it. That's what they have for you. Always victory. So hopefully that helped. Shall we pull a tarot card and see if you get the high priestess card? No, you didn't. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth. It's a positive card, but I like it. All right. And again, thank you so much for your additional donation. And you can lie anytime you want. You can ask as many questions as you want. There's no limit, so you're good. All right. All right, Aprilia, thank you so much for your donation. And you would like a general reading from now until the end of July. Sure, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know here. All right. So they do want these two and that one. What else? All right. 2122. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I get it. I get it. Okay. So, first of all, here you've got the Three of Wands, and then you have the Knight of Cups. So, the Three of Wands is this changing of direction. So, and this is you choosing to change direction. It's not it being changed for you. This is you initiating it and going in this different direction here. We got the Knight of Cups. The knight, all the knights have a quest, and this one is in a quest for love, for higher love, more specifically, the Holy Grail. I mean, very cliche, I know, but it is. It's the higher self love, and there's this movement. And I feel like whatever these changes are that you're making between now and the end of July, is because you're choosing to love yourself and you're not sacrificing yourself and you're allowing yourself to have boundaries. You're allowing yourself to pursue your dream. You're allowing yourself to be the chalice that fills up and overflows rather than being a barrel where, you know, you give to everyone else and you feel empty and you feel resentful. And the waters you end up giving are bitter and sour instead of when you transform into a chalice, you get to fill up with all the unconditional love first. So you're full and everyone else gets overflow. They don't get your life sustenance, they get overflow. And that's delicious and yummy and sweet, not sour and bitter. That comes in there. So I feel like you are making some decisions between now and the end of July that are for you, which I like to see. Because here you also have here July 7, but it's the Chariot card. Again, night talk about movement. This is like all the nights together in one card. It's the power of choice, it's movement, it's victory for you, but it's you choosing again what you're wanting to do, and this power of choice is stepping into your um to your life, and it's like this, I don't know, this courage, this, I just feel like this wonderful surge of energy coming up where you're like, um, just this bravery to move forward and to do things that you're wanting to do. And a lot of it has to do with that you are choosing, you realizing that you get to choose no matter what's happening in the outside world, what story you put to it with your brain, what emotion you want to feel, what energy you're investing and what actions you're taking. And so you're realizing everyone else gets to choose their emotions, their thoughts, and everything else. You can't control any of that. You can give someone the world, they can still choose to be unhappy. Um, so you're realizing I get to choose for me. And you're kind of, it's like you're taking control of the reins literally on the chariot and allowing, to make these decisions. I like it because then to add on to all of that, you've got the magician who has the a wand here and the prince of wands. So another knight. So here's the knight of wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. And they are on a quest for the ace of wands, which you find here with the magician, which is stepping into your power, expressing and allowing yourself to draw in the energy from up above, allowing yourself to express your heart to the world, this unconditional love energy to the world in your own unique way. And again, it's this movement, it's the master manifester. It's not being a chalice where you're waiting, like you ask the universe for something and you wait for them to bring it to you, which is divine feminine energy, which we have, which there's times for that too, but not this time. This time is all about you activating and movement and putting energy and fire under your butt to do things, to move forward, to go in this direction. So I really like all of this coming in for you because it is very much this action, action, action type of period of time between now and the end of July. So these next 5 to 6 weeks, you got to move it, for sure. because if all that wasn't amazing enough, you've got another night. So you've got 3 out of the 4 nights in the chariot. So the only night you don't have, by the way, is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest movie night out of them all. And that does say a lot, right? I know, right? Awesome. And so this is movement of thought. But the 7 of Wands shows you standing up on a hill bright, and some people are not going to like it. Some people are not going to like the decisions that you're making. And, but the sun does not ask anyone's permission to shine. It shines. And if people can't stand it, there's something called the shade that they can get into. And some people will feel they already feel low about themselves. And when you go higher, they'll feel even lower. And then it's like, um, that's when I don't like it that you're happy. Why are you getting to do what you want to do and I don't? Um, I've got the sads. And it's like, well, it's basically telling you that you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to defend your choices and your actions and your happiness and your joy and this wonderful fiery movement that's happening in your life. Because they feel low about themselves. And so it's not about you. This is about them. Um, and so it's okay, out of compassion, you can offer a hand up, but you don't have to, and you don't have to feel responsible for it or um uh what is it called when you feel like you have to do it? Obligated. You don't have to feel obligated. For it all. So I love this for you. I mean, what a fiery movement, action. I mean, there's no doubt there's going to be significant movement in your life between now and the end of July. You just, I mean, 3 of the fast moving nights and the chariot. Um, I'm excited to see what this is for you. But very, very positive things, Aprilia. So that's what's going on. And again, thank you so much for your donation. And I'm excited. I'm sure you'll keep us abreast of what's going on, right? I live vicariously through everyone. So you guys have to share with me. You just have to. Nah, you're okay if you don't. But I always love hearing it. Yeah, definitely. Boom, 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 boom. You definitely are. uh Doing it for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, so many blessings again. Thank you for your donation and always victory. Thank you for your additional donation. And you want to know, can things be prolonged like Elizabeth mentioned happen for Mark? Yes or no? Psychic tarot. Okay. Oh. There are no ridiculous questions because that's what we're here for, right? It's like shaking a magic 8 ball and going, "Sorry, magic 8 ball." It's like, no, it's what I'm here for. You're very welcome, Aprilia. All right, let's take a look here. So, psychic tarot, yes or no? Can things be prolonged? Nine of Pentacles. Zoom in there a little bit. There we go. And let's see what that brings in here. I think that's Nine of Pentacles. Let me see here. I think the red is the Pentacles. Yes, the red border. So one of the laws of the universe is what you sow, you reap. So this card states that this is your time to reap the harvest you've worked for and so rightly deserve. This last physical card denotes self mastery, self sufficiency, independence, security, and the art of enjoying what you've strived for. You've done the hard work, learned the lessons along the way, and used them to prosper in all areas of your life. The number nine also means endings, not that good fortune necessarily stops, but do honor yourself as you finish up or celebrate the completion of projects. This would be the perfect time to look ahead and use the wisdom you've gained to think about what else you want to achieve. Consider smart investments and ponder ideas that show profitable potential. Congratulations on your success. You've earned it! Exclamation point. All right. I like it. I like it. I know, right? Come on. All righty. So thank you again, Always Victory, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And so I think that's it for the donations. And we'll scroll back up and where we left off here with Anya Ahuya. Thank you so much, Anya, for your question. So, hi, does, will the Aquarius have a crush on the Leo? So, do they or will they? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know around this here? Oh, it kind of feels like they do here with the 10 of Cups. The King of Cups is balancing the heart with the mind, but there is this joyful, feeling of wholeness and emotion there. So I feel like there is this type of attraction, emotional full fulfillment or feeling when they think of them and that. But I feel like it's balanced. I feel like they are, well, that makes sense. I mean, Aquarius, I was just thinking, well, Aquarius energy, me being an Aquarian, I get it that um they can have we can have emotions that happen on the inside, but our mind wins out 99 times out of 100. It's like, well, I think they're really cool and really neat and da 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 da. Right, that's good to know. It's information, and there could or could not be any action that's taken on it. But I feel they do have there's emotion that exists within that wonderful Aquarian organized heart that's there. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. So I'm going to close my window here. Summer's here. The sun just now went down. It's almost 9 o'clock. All right. So, Starfall, you're my next free reading coming up here, but I do have a donation that came in, so I shall return to you here. And Red, thank you so much for your donation. So, you say you have a crush on Dave. What does he think about you? All right. So, the card that popped out just as I said that is the Two of Cups. So, they do feel like it's a significant like relationship in their life, or that you're a significant person with that there. So I do see that. Let's see what else we have here. They have the Three of Cups, so there is this joy, this celebration. So there's this joy that they feel around it too. So I like the Two and the Three of Cups coming in. So they definitely like that. And then we also have here, though, I know, though. Well, but we've got the Seven of Swords. You see this reflection that's going on here, um, and this is not anything that you're doing purposely. There's some things, some insecurities, some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that cheat them out of things, that thieve things from their life. They've been deceived before. They've been brokenhearted before, so they see things that keep them from moving here. I like that they have the death and the rebirth card coming in here though, because it's like they're going through this rebirth. They're kind of working on, like, they're aware of three things here, but these four things are still trying to bring to the surface to transform, like the phoenix, rises from the ashes. So they're still working on this, and I feel like it's important for you to know that this is what lies behind, all this nicety stuff up here. It's like, oh, that's beautiful, but dun, 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 this is under the surface. So I like it. They do have this, draw to you, but they also have this. It's like they're showing me like someone who's pulling between two horses, right? This one pulls this way and they're like, I want to do this, but then their fears pull them back, like, oh my gosh. And they get pulled this way and backwards and this way and backwards. Yeah. So, they've got this stuff that's going on. And you know, will they rise from their ashes? We shall see, right? Dun dun dun. Yeah. Um, One side eventually has to win, right? Let's see if they'll tell us here. Well, they have the emperor. So the emperor is fire, new beginnings. They eventually get sick and tired of going getting pulled in back and before the between the two freaking horses right there. Can you believe that? So they're being torn in between the two horses. Eventually, they they get tired of being pulled, and they're like, enough. And that's what happens with the emperor too. They eventually um, have had enough of all their advisors blabbing in their ear about what they should and shouldn't and supposed to do, and they eventually, let it all go and um, let dismiss everyone from the throne room so they can make their decision. And ultimately, they will make their decision through bravery, and so they do eventually, um, you know, um, get tired of feeling the dark horse and they want to choose the light horse. Because eventually, when the ugly feeling of not being ourselves outweighs our fears, that's when we take action, but not before then. As long as our fears outweigh the ugly feeling of not doing what we want to do, we stay under the submission of our fear, right? But eventually, we're just like, I've had it. And then we're like, I'm doing what I'm going to do. And then that's when they take action. So there will be one side will win, and it will be love. Love always wins in the end, right? Um, if anything, are all the stories have told us is that right? But how long it takes depends on how stubborn they are. I kind of feel like they're kind of stubborn, huh? But they also might have been feeling this long enough where they're just like, I'm done, you know, being cheated out of things in my life because of fear. So but whenever we're waiting, what do? We work on our own self love, right? We raise our love vibration because we can't love others or receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So it's a win win, win 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 when we expand and focus on the love from above. Then we're able to love and receive love more to the humans too. So that's why it's a win 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 win. Yeah. Very stubborn. Yes. All right. So that's what's coming in, Red. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And we'll return back to the free readings. And up top, we've got Starfall. Hey, hey. So you're feeling done with the person there. What can you see about that situation? All right. Stick a fork in it. You are done, right? Let's take a look here. Or stick a knife in it, you're done. Yeah, disappointment, um, you know, I don't really feel you're heartbroken necessarily, is more disappointed, but yeah, you've got the full card, uh, brand new beginnings, ending of old cycles, beginning of new, heading off onto a new adventure, free of expectations, and a new journey, a new adventure. So, yeah, I feel like this is definitely is confirming what you're saying there, Starfall. So stick a fork in it or a knife because you are done. All right. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Great adventure ahead. So I'm happy for you. All right. And Rhonda, you're number 6 today, and it only took me 2 hours to get to you. But such is the journey of life. So glad to see you, and you'd like a general reading, please, for you today. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So what does Spirit want you to know? All right. I like this. Nice balancing that's coming in here for you in the outside world, being the pentacles. And the 7 of Wands is a great card coming in here too, because it shows that, this brightness that you are on this dark hill for many people, but it also represents some nice things coming your way, very bright sun energy, not asking anyone's permission to shine. You're going to be you. And if people don't like it, well, that's their journey, not yours. And you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to defend what you want to do, where you want to go. Uh, you know, um, just it's your life, it's your journey. Like I said, the sun does not ask permission to shine. It does. People can't take it. They head off into the shade, and it's okay. People attack, people say things because they feel low about themselves, and when you are, shining bright, they feel their darkness more, and they just that's what happens. And so don't dim your light, shine brighter and brighter and brighter, and be you. Wonderful balance, wonderful ebbs and flows happening in your life. And it happens on purpose, for a purpose. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. And trust that, one of the wonderful things about life is if you don't like the weather in the moment, don't worry, it's going to change in 10 minutes anyway. Nothing is forever. Both the wonderful things and the things we perceive as horrible, everything is constantly changing in this world. That's why the outside world is so unstable. It's constantly moving and changing. The only thing that we can find in this realm that's stable is the eternal, unconditional love we find inward and upward, right? And so that becomes your strong foundation. Then you're able to go with the ebb and the flow, going, this is the outside world, how it happens, but on the inside, you feel stable. So I like that for you, Rhonda, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to double, triple, quadruple X. Hello, hello. So you want to ask, are you a chosen one and called to help people? All right, great question. We it's like um we all are chosen ones, right? Um, because every single soul that comes down here to the planet is a brave one. We get applause from all the heavens because it's not an easy journey to come down here and to feel small and to feel separated. Because we're these expansive, beautiful, unconditionally loving, supernatural, eternal beings, right? Made of unconditional love, and we come down here and feel all the opposites of who we are, and we feel very, very small in comparison to how big we are. And so just coming down here, you're a chosen one. And so, but we're also multitaskers, and we come down here for our own adventure because we're all these perfect mountains, and we come down here to explore and walk around as little tiny people in the huge mountain that we are, to see different perspectives, to explore, get to know who we are. But at the same time, we also want to help other people on their journeys. And so we are all called to help each other out of because that's who we are. We're these beings of love, and we have this natural instinct to want to help each other. It's because it's who we are, right? So you are definitely a chosen one, like everyone, but you are called to help too. So the question is, how do you want to help other people, right? You have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, while at the same time cut away fears and thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, that are rooted in, the small t truths, that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, the fears of failure, the fears of rejection. And the journey that you have and the wisdom and the higher viewpoint you have allows, people to be set free. Every moment is a choice. You probably have heard the Native American story about the white wolf and the dark wolf, and whichever one we feed is the one that wins or grows. And it's like you're teaching people empowerment of where they invest their energies and how they can move past these barriers that they've had of fear in the past. So I feel like your own journey allows you, to be a page in other people's survival manuals in this lifetime, and how you're overcoming these, how you've done this is your, unique way that you can share it too. So I like it for you. Hopefully that resonates, and the journey is all about understanding how is it that I uniquely want to share unconditional love with the world. There's no wrong way. So you get to choose which way you want to, and express that. So I'm excited to see what that is. Definitely. So many blessings to you. That's what they have right now for you. Double, triple, quadruple X. So many blessings. Right. And then the next free reading up will be Aldona Hajda Mataj. I probably murdered that. My apologies. But I do have a donation, so I shall return to you. Hey, thanks so much, AF Gemini, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the question is, next Friday, okay, your elderly uncle will have a choice to make as to where he wants to live. Oh, he will either need to leave his home, um, with his son, or let social services locate him a new home. Which choice will he make? All right. Let's take a look here and see if a decision has been made. So, is he going to leave his home with his son? All right. Or social services. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the hermit's journey. And this is about the outside world, being alone in the outside world. So I feel like they're not going to want to go anywhere with anyone else. They're going to want to be like in their own place. I don't feel so. I feel like this is not with their son. We've got the Knight of Cups, which is the movement of emotion. Um, and I just feel like there's this energy here. I feel like they don't want to be, they're going to say, so they don't want to be a hindrance and a bother to their son, but really they don't want anyone else in their business and they want to be independent. So there is this, they want social services to locate them, find them a home where, even if it's their own room in a facility, of some sort, they still want just their own space where they're independent. They don't want to feel like an obligation to someone, but they really just want their independence is what's truly at the bottom of it there, which we understand. Let me see what else they have here. Yeah. Yeah. Because we got the Aries energy here and the Leo energy here. They're just so bright. And so, this is, they want to make their own decisions. They don't want anyone else deciding for them, like, their son. They want to make their decisions. They want to be the emperor of their world. They don't want to be, the, um, someone else under them, with that there. And they've got the sun card, which is victory and sun shining bright and this transformation. So I feel like everything turns out very victorious where they feel things are, beneficial and all that from here. Um, Oh, well, if that would make sense if that's a concern of theirs, because if they're wanting to stay in control of all their stuff with that emperor, let's take a look here and see, um, are they able to keep their finances protected? And we've got a lot of Queen of Cups, got a lot of emotional energy here. Eight of Cups is leaving behind emotions that don't serve them and move forward to wish fulfillment and gut instinct and intuition kicking in here with them. Um, and it feels like that they, the Eight of Cups, they move on to wish fulfillment. So I feel like they have their wishes that are, coming true here. Um, yeah, they got the Prince of Swords too, which is the Knight of Swords, the changing of thinking, changing of communication, changing of ideas for him too. It's mental movement, which I like. So I feel like, you know, they feel they're mentally it feels like they're showing that they're mentally capable so that no one can come in and take over their, saying they're like senile and trying to take over and become their individuals. But um I mean, if it's something that's truly a concern of theirs, I almost feel like while they are of right mind here, yeah, that it's funny because I was talking about a will and then death card comes up. So like their will and their like their living will and all that, if while they are considered of their own right mind, maybe if they're concerned, they might want to put someone else trustworthy, and give them the power, like their power of I know it's not power of attorney, but it's like their trustee, the living will type of thing. So if they are concerned with it, that's something that you might recommend with them too. But that's what I came through. It's like the death card. Like I was thinking about the will, the living will. No, so that's what's coming through, AF Gemini. Hopefully that helps. But it feels very, the sun shining there feels very victorious and that they feel happy with it too. Mm, yeah. So, yeah. So if they feel, it's all about the uncle. It's their choice, right? So if they're okay with it, then they're okay with it. But if they're not, then you can always recommend stepping in to help out and becoming the trustee if you wanna go, to war with your cousin. Yay! Alright, but that's what they have for you, Gemini, so thank you so much again for your donation there. Was I moved the camera? Sorry. You're like, "Heck to the no. I will watch and eat my popcorn from the sidelines." Alright, but, again, thank you so much for your donation, and hang in there. All right. So, Aldona, hello, hello. So, you'd like to ask, do we see the person A leaving you alone anytime soon? He's been giving you a lot of stress and you really don't want to deal with him anymore. Any guidance and advice? Absolutely here. Um, I like that we've got the emotional stability coming in, and the Eight of Cups is leaving behind the emotions and people that no longer serve you, and moving towards the star, the wish fulfillment coming in here. You know, I like this that uh, wonderful awareness has come around when we look at things. So first of all, like will someone leave me alone? Um, when we are focusing our energy on something, we're telling the universe we want more of it. So if I'm like, I want them to leave me alone, I want them to leave me alone, I want them to leave me alone, or I don't want them in my life, really what our energy is saying, I enjoy having them in my life. I enjoy feeling all these feelings. So can you make them stay longer? Because I really love feeling this way, which I know really that's not what we're wanting. And so when we transform our energy And like I uh, been talking about a couple times here in this session today, it's like a little kid that goes into a bakery, and if they're pointing in that little, the little, you know, cabinet windows of where the donuts and stuff are, and they're pointing, and the guy, the baker, he puts all the donuts and he gives them to me like, "No, I hate those." I'm like, "Why are you pointing at them? Point out what you want, not what you don't want." And so rather than focusing energy on that this person won't leave me alone, we focus on gratitude for the people that are paying attention to us that we do want. What am I enjoying having in my life? Not what focusing on what I don't want in my life, because I'm pointing at it and I'm getting more of it. So instead I point at what I do want and then I get more of it. Um, you know, Stress is fear, and people have actions and words, but we're the ones that put the emotion behind it. That's where this emotional stability is coming in. And as we're like, you know what? I don't have to stress about their actions or words if I don't want it. Stress is fear. So again, if we're focusing on our fear, we're asking for more of it. But when we're focusing in on joy and love and gratitude and laughter and peace, all that grows instead. And so when we don't wanna deal with them anymore, we stop focusing our energy on them, and then that's when we walk away. So, emotionally, you find the stability here by focusing in on what you do want to come in, and the 8 of Cups is you walk away from you don't focus on. See how they're not focusing on these cups they don't want anymore, they're focusing on what they do want, and that's what draws in. So this is the energy that they want you to know about right now, and hopefully that helps because it is life changing once you understand that whatever I'm pointing at is what I'm drawing into my life, and we are powerful co-creators of our lives for sure. So that's what's coming in, Aldona. So many blessings to you. And up next, we've got, hey, Felicia. Hello, hello. So, hello. So, you're going to sign an important job contract. Oh, are you going to sign an important job contract before August ends? Well, I guess you are because I already said that you were. Let's take a look here, see if the cards match up for that. Yeah. You've got the temperance card. You've been patient. You've been waiting for things to unfold here. And I feel here with the Ace of Wands, this is new communication, new things coming in for you there. I feel like there's some energy here as this is unfolding and it's turning to gold, that it's about being open to new ideas. Like when you're looking at job contracts and the kind of work you want it to do, I feel like it's important that you open your mind and you expand the possibilities of what um, you would work in, what kind of you know um, area, like what kind of job, what kind of career that you would do, and that it opens up some new opportunities. So I feel like don't limit your job search, allow it to expand because um, if there's something that you feel you couldn't do before, I don't know, you might just be able to. So that's what's coming in, Felicia. I like it. It's very positive. I feel like it's coming, but I feel like they're saying just open up your mind and don't limit yourself, is what I feel. So that's what's coming in. So many, many blessings to you. You are very welcome. Yeah, and open up to like, whenever we do like a job search and how we limit it into different areas, um, it's like select more areas to look at or remove them all and see what all is available instead of limiting it. Let it just see what's out there and go, I wonder if this is something I would like to do, and investigate it. And if it takes some certification or a little bit of education, if it's something like you were like, I want to do that and I'm going to go do this, allow it to just flow. So I like it for you, Felicia. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Libya. Thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate you. And you said you met Steve. You had a great, fun conversation. What does he think about you, and will you hear from him? All right, let's take a look here. So, what does he think of you, and will you hear from him? All right. So, when they met you, that you had this, there's this joy, this celebration type of energy here, and which makes sense because you said you had a great, fun conversation, and they thought that way too. There's this, the Chariot card feels very, this movement, this power of choice. It felt like a very, um, I would say, moving. It was a moving conversation, but it just felt like there was a lot of empowerment that was there, a lot of choice being made about those, which I like. Um, I feel like here, and it's like they are the 9 of Pentacles is kind of like a hermit. The 9 is the hermit's journey, and the Pentacles is the outside world. And so I feel like they're in this kind of inner journey that's going on, right? They're like on this trying to understand their worth in relationship to the outside world and that type of thing. And so I feel like they're very, very to themselves right now. In fact, I feel like they're like possibly with the combination of this card, they're contemplating moving somewhere. So I don't feel like they are like in this outward type of um journey right now. I feel like, because they can be introverted, but because I'm a huge, huge introvert, and you would think, well, but you're so fun and outgoing, uh, which is not what an introvert is. An introvert is where we get our energy from. So when I'm around a lot of people, then I seek alone time to regenerate my battery, where extroverts recharge by being around people. So, I feel like they're a huge introvert, and they're in a big, huge introverted stage here. I don't feel like you'll hear from them at least for a while because we've got the disappointment card here, you know. But it makes sense why you won't, because I don't feel like they are looking to generate, thank you, that they're not looking to connect outwardly, which again, I relate to. It's like, uh, if my friends don't contact me, um, I'm off my own little world, and they're like, "Hey, it's been 6 months. Would you like to get some coffee?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go catch up." But I but it just doesn't dawn on me to reach out to people because 'cause I'm just so into what I'm doing. So, um, so that's what's coming in there, Livia. You know, it's not personal. I feel like they're just on their little inner journey. And they had a blast, but they're off back into their own little world, in their secret laboratory doing secret laboratory things. Wow. Yeah, so he's thinking about moving, right? That's funny. Yeah, I just don't see it here. Yeah, 7 of Cups. A lot of emotional confusion, a lot of stuff going on in their world. So that makes sense too. I just don't feel like it's going to be soon. Um, let me see. Will you ever hear from them? Well, you got the Wheel of Fortune. So eventually you may hear from them, or not sure if you guys exchange numbers. Like I said, it's okay for you to reach out to them too. In fact, I think it's like going to be necessary for you to do so. Um, you know, because I just feel like I can relate so much to them that I feel like it's just like, oh, hey, someone called. Ah, okay. Yeah. So maybe you'll bump into them again. um, yeah, it's funny. What was I gonna say? Um, Oh, because an introvert's favorite plans are canceled plans. That's I always tell, friends that are like, "Oh, I can't make it." I'm gonna go, "That's okay. My favorite type of plans are canceled plans." So I like it. So that's what's coming in, Olivia. Hang in there, They either will or you'll bump into them again after they move, and you'll be like, "Hey." Um, so that's what's coming in. Again, thank you so much for your donation and for your sense of humor. I appreciate you. All right, let's see where we at. We're at 2.5 hours. So I'm going to, for the free readings, I'm going to start going into Lightning round mode. Um, if I remember where I left off, here we are. Mila Mila, which means I just do one card drawings so I can try to get through more free readings because I probably won't be on past 3 hours. So let's take a look here. So, Mila Mila, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. So, will you be able to afford a little apartment all by yourself where you'll move and start your next job? Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, you got the Emperor card here. Stability with the number four, being the major arcana for two. An Emperor having their own castle, their own kingdom, you initiating it, you making decisions. So that comes in very strong there. That you will be able to. It reminds me of the Four of Pentacles too, which the Four of Pentacles is about home in the outside world. Very solid foundation, four walls. So it feels affirmative to me, Mila. Mila, so many blessings to you. That's what's coming in. You're welcome, Olivia. Oh, there we are. So next up, we have Era Evangeline. Hello, hello. Do you like a general love reading? All right, let's take a look here, see what Spirit wants you to know. I feel like we want to move to the Naked Heart Tarot. I'm just going to take another quick sip of my tea here. All right. So, what does Spirit want you to know about love? All right. We got the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Well, it's not so much about love as it is about passion because the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, it's about this fiery personality that comes into your life here. Fire sign can be, of course, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone who is just very attracted to you, but the emotions don't come until later. This is someone who is, um, just really attracted to your energy, attracted to your physicalness, and they're very, excuse me, not childish, but childlike. That's the wonderful nature of fire signs is that they have this wonder and excitement and awe of life, and they're funny and they enjoy this adventure called life, and so it's attractive and they're usually attractive themselves too. They draw you in with their this warmth and this so I feel like that is what's coming towards you, but it's not so much love as it is attraction, which there's a fine line between that, right? Um, which we want both. We want someone to be attracted to us and fall in love with us. But this individual, that comes later, later, um, like later. So that's what's coming in, what they want you to know right now. So if you enjoy that, you're like, hey, I don't mind flirting. I don't mind, you know, having coffee and whatever, but you don't have to, of course, pursue it any deeper if you don't want to. But they're just letting you know that's what's coming your way for right now, and it's nice. It's nice when people feel you're attractive. We can all use that, right? All right, but that's what's coming in, Era. So many blessings to you. So you're like, oh yeah. Did they already come into your life? Do you know who that is? All right. So Dollface Diva, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation coming in here. So thank you so much, Crescent Moon, for your donation. And you want to know, is EW attracted to you? And if yes, will he take action? Let's take a look here. What do we got coming in here? Oh, interesting. Let me get some clarity here. I don't know if they'll ever take action with these cards. Sorry. There's a oh, yeah, you'll have to find out. Get his birth chart information, Era. I'm just kidding. It looks like here that, I feel like there's attraction here with these other cards, but I feel like they've had so much heartbreak, because we've got both the 3 of swords, which of course represents disappointment and heartbreak. And I feel like these are from the past. And the 5 of cups has 3 cups spilt where they're focused on their pain and their suffering, and I'm like, wow, you know, how attractive that is. But I feel like this is what they're wanting. They're wanting this page of cups. They want new love and they want this equal giving and receiving here. But, I just really feel like here with this, we've got this hanged man. They're like in this transformation, type of thing going on here. And with the movement of cups, their emotions are moving, things are changing, but I feel like they're at a crossroads here with their energy about, are they focusing, I feel like they focus more on what's fearful and what pain they've gone through and different things like that right now, because that's like the focus of their transformation. It's in their face. And with it's kind of like cocoon, they're the caterpillar stage of becoming caterpillar soup to let things fall away, to go through this transformation. And I just feel like that's, I'm like, are they ever going to take action? I feel like, how long are they going to be in that cocoon with all of this? But it just feels like their emotions and their pain are so stinging. It's just like, um, they've felt things very, very deeply, but because they focus, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because with the 2 of wands, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And because they're focusing their energy on all of their pain and their suffering, it amplifies it and makes it bigger. So, you know, I feel like there's attraction there. I mean, they want, that 6 of pentacles. They want this equal giving and receiving type of relationship, and they want that, that new love that comes in. But my goodness, it just blah, it just feels like they focus so much on the pain and the suffering that it's like, you know I know when that used to be attractive to me when, um when I was dating many years ago, because I would be like, so, if I was attracted to someone, I'd be like, you must have really had a lot of stuff happen in your life because I'm really attracted to you. Because I liked fixer uppers and I liked, you know, the hero inside of me wanted the victims that I could go rescue. And so, it was like, you know, picking up the strays. It's like, "Oh my god, how many strays are you gonna pick up?" I'm like, "I don't know, I just can't help it." I see their potential. I'd fall in love with their potential and not who they are. But we learn. So, um, hopefully that's helpful, Crescent Moon. I feel like they have the capacity to do so, but I feel like they're at a crossroads, with that 2 of wands. Whatever they focus on grows. Yeah, there is possibility for them to find peace of mind, and the 10 of pentacles is this openness. So there is the possibility there. But that's the whole thing, like us talking about. I would fall in love with the possibility, not the reality. And do they have the capacity? Sure, we all do. Are they gonna act on it? That's what's still remaining to be seen. And while we're waiting, of course, what do we get to do? We can focus in on our own self-love and things that we have to let go and, um, to, move our self-love higher and higher. Because that just it's a win-win. We get to feel that beautiful, unconditional, eternal love from above, but it also opens up our channels to be able to give and receive love in greater amounts to humans too. So it's a win-win, win-win-win. Um, and so that's what's coming in here. Yeah, we got the star card. So there is hope. It's the hope card, the wish upon a star, right? Um, but uh, you know, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Yeah, yeah. We have the tower, and here's that 6 of Pentacles again, so, that's saying that we can trust that if someone is moved out of our life, they're moved out of our life on purpose, and if someone's moved into our life, they're moved into our life on purpose. So, we can look into that 6 of Pentacles about ourselves too, right? So the mirror, the mirror, the mirror. Always the everlasting mirror. You are very welcome. Thank you again so much for your donation, Crescent Moon. Many blessings to you. All right. And Dollface Diva, we had left off with you for the free reading. So we're doing the fast round. All right. Well, look at you. You've got some emotional choices coming in. Lovers card can mean romantic. It can mean that you're meeting someone of significant friendship or reacquainting with an old family member. Um, but it's also can be emotional choice that's coming up here. So every moment of this weekend, you get to choose what it means. There's no wrong choice. But if you find yourself, I'm tired of this lower vibrational feeling that you're feeling, just know that you're not trapped in it, that you can take a deep breath and switch it to unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. And even if you just bust out with a fake laugh, it'll help transform the energy. And then you can see if you want to go back and forth because there is no wrong, there is no right. There's just experience, and you get to choose what you want to experience this weekend. It doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. You get to choose how you feel as you go through it. There's a lot of supposed tos. We're taught, well, when that happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. But play with it. See, something normally that's supposed to be sad or supposed to make you angry or supposed to make you irritated. Laugh instead. See how that transforms your energy and feel the power that comes with that too. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's what's coming through for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings. Hey, Maria. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. All right. So, Maria, what's new with Roberto and your connection? Let's take a look here. All right. Wow. So, we've got the Queen of Cups here with the Heart of Cups. So, there's some deep, deep emotions that are flowing here with this connection here. But I feel like, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is this desire for this abundance, this fullness, this wholeness here. But with this, the whale, they dive deep. So all of this is way, 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 way down there underneath. And there's this movement. I mean, this is the Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups. It has Cancer energy, Cancer sign energy, which we just entered into the sun in Cancer yesterday with the summer solstice, winter solstice, depending on where you're at in the world, coming in. But there's this deep, 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 deep emotion that's going on there. I don't feel like that's new. I feel like it's just down there, um, 10,000 leagues under the sea. Will it ever reach the surface? God only knows. I mean, of course, they do know. They see it all. But I just feel like there's this unknowingness right now with it all. It's just bubbling all way down deep below the surface there. Yeah, and you got the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. So now is the time for Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself with all of this. It just feels like it's time for you to take care of you and all the love that you're wanting, give it to yourself. You deserve the love you want to give. It's like, I love that message of wouldn't it be wonderful to have this relationship with someone like you? Someone who gives so freely and so deeply and so caring. And it's like, wait a minute, why don't I give that to me? I'm going to give to me first, and everyone else gets the overflow. Why do I need it from them? Who knows you better than yourself? No one. You know yourself so well. You know the perfect gift and the perfect coffee and the perfect, you know, um, sweet to give you or whatever. It's like, I'm going to give it to myself. I don't need it from someone else. I can give it to me. And I feel like that's the time. This is the timing for that, because who knows how long it'll take that to ever bubble to the surface, if it ever does, or is it just a shipwreck at the bottom of the ocean, right? So that's what's coming in, Maria. So hang in there and give yourself all that love and all that attention that you're wanting from them. Give that to you. I like it. All right. And then up the next free reading coming up here will be Mez P. I do have a donation coming in, so I shall return. Hey, Christy, Christy. Hello, stranger than me. Calling me a stranger. You're stranger. Many blessings to you. And Christina, thank you so much for your donation. You like a general read between now and mid July. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see, what does Spirit have coming in here for you? Okay. Anything else? Wow, you've got a lot of thinking that's been going on. Oh my gosh. I like that there's clarity coming in here though. I like the transformation that's happening. Because you've got here starts the thinking, right? So Six of Pentacles is about this giving and receiving relationship. And the Seven of Swords is us becoming aware of, the thieves that we've had in our past that have allowed us to give and not given back, right? And so, the people who suckered us into giving and them taking, right? So the thievery energy comes in, but it created our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have fears initiated because of our past that keep us from allowing this, right? So there is some deep diving that can be done and looking into, and with a seven, it's usually this all originates like way, 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 way before any of adults, like adult relationships come in between adult to adult. It's more when we're children, we're developing an out of balance giving and receiving that really is what cheats us out of this. So if we do some reflection on who was it when we were younger, 7 years old and younger, that we had to overgive to get very little back, or that didn't give back, then we bring it from our subconscious to our consciousness. And this is where these thoughts and beliefs that are still functioning below the surface, these programs that are running, how we can release ourselves from it, which allow us to be more able to have an equal giving and receiving, instead of, being up and down like parent to child, it's adult to adult. So there is this transformation that feels like it's happening here. And we see that with this wonderful tempering. So there is this patience, there is this balancing that's coming in of the scales. And you have both the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. That's why I feel like there's a lot of progress being made and a lot of thinking going on, because the Ace of Swords that both of these have here connects you to the higher realms, allows you to see things from a different perspective, but it's double edged and it allows you to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that no longer serve you, that have been deceiving you in the past. And I'll show you those in a sec here because there is progress, there is movement being made because you've got here the Four of Swords, more thinking, but this is peace of mind. This is you sleeping on the Ace of Swords, having been able to release expectations, these heartbreaking expectations that have disappointed you in the past. It's allowed you to move past them more so, or you're in the process of, because you got two fours. The four here, the Sky Father, which is normally the Emperor, is Aries energy. It's you beginning new things. It's you stepping into your authority and saying, you know what? I've heard all the blah, blah, blah about the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos. And also, what comes next is another Nine of Swords, all these fears of losing conditional love, all those, like I said, supposed to, need to, have to, must, shoulds. All those things are what bring us heartbreak and disappointment. And we have all these people, blah, 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 telling us, these popular opinions of how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be. There's this huge release that's coming. And here you are stepping into your power. The Emperor eventually tells all those advisors that are blobbing in their ear to everyone can leave the throne room now. Thank you for all your advice and suggestions, but then you make the decisions for you. That's where I feel the stability is coming in because you're kind of sick and tired of feeling this way. The 9 is endings. The 10 is like, I've had it. I'm exhausted. I'm not going to try to live up to what everyone wants me to anymore. This is like the nightmare and insomnia card where you already have a lot on your mind of what if I don't do this? What I fear failing. I fear losing conditional love. I fear rejection. All these fears, but the Four of Swords and the Emperor are all about, I'm releasing myself from these. I'm not going to let this impact me anymore. That's why we're doing those. Because the nine is the hermit's journey, which the Nine of Swords is you're looking at your thoughts and beliefs and you're making these changes. And here's the Nine of Pentacles, too, which is you redefining your worth in relationship to the outside world. And you've really had this inner journey where you are finding your wholeness. This here is Spirit. I love Spirit representing themselves as a pink flamingo. It's like they're there with you, showing you your worth and that you can stand on your own without anyone else's assistance, that you are powerful and standing within yourself. And here comes the Six of Cups. So you started off with the Six of Pentacles and you end up with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is nostalgia, it's balancing of your emotions. But I feel like it's also that someone is coming back into your life. All this change, all this changing of thinking, all this wonderful removal and freedom that comes with all this. I feel like someone is coming into your life. I don't feel like it's necessarily someone that you've known in this lifetime, but when you come across them, that Six of Cups is like past life juju where you meet someone and you're like, I feel like I know you from somewhere. And you hit it off, and it's like you're bumping into an old friend that you lost contact with when you were a child, but you never really have known him. And it just has this connection that comes in here. And it's a past life connection that they've come into your life at this point in your life to help mirror back to you and show you the progress that you've had in releasing these fears and the changing of thought and belief that you've had. And it's very divine. It's like a best friend that you're bumping into again, and it's just very refreshing for you. So I like all this. Wow, between now and mid-July is what this energy that's coming in here. I know that sounds very fun. And it's the work that you've been doing and continuing to do of releasing fears. Anything that triggers and comes up, you just um, look at it from a higher perspective and going, is this really true? Where's this fear coming from? What's this opinion that's bugging me? What am I really fearing? And you're releasing a lot, which is what opens things up. So I like it for you, Christina. So shuck shuck a bow bow. I like it. All right. And again, that's what they have for you. And thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So let me see here. We've got Mez P. You were the next free reading. Anything coming your way this week? No, nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Five of Cups. So you have this great opportunity to turn your frown upside down because the Five of Cups is that there's no wrong emotion to feel. The Five of Cups is transformation and change of emotion, and we can cry over the three spilt cups, or we can turn around and see the Two of Cups with our power of choice and going, you know what? I'm okay not feeling these low vibrational emotions right now. I want to pick this higher vibrational emotion. So you have this power to choose this week of how you want to feel, what you want to do. Um, you know, what do I want to feel? I'm going to laugh. I want to laugh at everything. Even if it's inappropriate, I'm going to laugh, because I want to choose joy this week. And that's what you can do, or you can not if you don't want to. You know, um, it's all about power of emotional choice for you this week. So I like this wonderful journey. So that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you, Ms. P. All right. So LA, I think I saw you change your question. All right. Thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Thought I saw alarms, 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 alarms. There they are. So you had asked, what does Gus and Sarah think of your case? You've been trying to be the perfect client since several tarot readers have said that Gus and his team will be difficult to work with. Well, that's what you get for going to other tarot readers. That's all I have to say, Ellie. I'm just saying. Too funny. All right. So, what does Gus and Sarah think of your case? All right. So, let's take a look here. So, you've got the Knight of Cups coming in here, the movement of cups. And so I feel like there's emotional movement with it, but there's strength here. The strength card is about, this seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective. So I feel like there's emotional side to the case, which they see, but I it's like strong. It's Leo energy. It's bright, shiny Leo energy that um they I don't feel like they're not the type that or would be difficult to work with. It just feels like they understand emotion, they flow with the emotion, but they're strong individuals. They know when to be strong, they know when to move emotionally. They just feel very balanced with this though. And I don't feel, yeah, I mean it doesn't feel like anything um like any warning signs or anything coming up there. Because Leo, I mean, they are seen, they're bright, they have this childlike wonder, they're commanding. So I don't feel like that's difficult though, because we need someone. I mean, if they're your counsel, right? Um, that we want them to be strong, but we don't want them to be wimpy, 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 right? So I don't have any warnings around there. Um, and you know, you're the customer, you know. Um, that's the thing when we try to be perfect, we have no idea what they think perfect is anyway. We just think what they think that we think that they think that we blah, blah, blah. And they're like, "What are you doing that for? It's not what we want." And you're like, "Well, I thought this is what you'd want." Well, you're wrong. You know, it's like be yourself. You're the customer. That's my take on it. Maybe not spirits, but that's my take on it. Be you. You're the customer, right? So, anyway, that's what's coming through LA, so hang in there. All right. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Mary the Aries. Haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. And you'll be up next here. Oh, and you actually I got a donation coming in here first, so I shall return to you. All right. Right. So we did that one. All right. So Aries rising. Thank you so much for your donation. You want to know, what does D think about you and will there be contact? Let's take a look here. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Anything else? All right. Wow. So there was some good thinking about you here. We've got the is that the spirit? Yep, spirit of pentacles, king of pentacles. So that's very abundant. It's very, grounding, very fulfilling of the outside world energy. And the wheel of fortune, hey, it's like they felt very fortunate. It's very abundant feeling. So, they're looking at you like, wow, there's abundant energy that they look at you with. If you happen to be a princess or an heiress, they're after you for your money. If not, there's other abundance they want for you here. I know that was a joke, but there is this fortune and abundance that comes in here. So I really like this, energy here. It just feels very full. So I like that. Now, as far as will there be contact, if they can get past this deception energy here, because they have their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that cheat them out of feeling like worthy, or fears of moving forward, taking risks. Once they do that, though, um, there is, you actually, I mean, specifically, will there be contact? Movement of ones, fastest moving night. So I feel like there will be, but I feel like they need to, get past here. They just have to get past these things here, which I feel like they almost feel like they're kind of fiery energy. Like they'll like get past this and then they'll jump, and then they'll get timid and go back. It's like, and then they'll leap and then they'll jump back, and it just feels like like a little fox that, they're showing me the one, like there's this meme where this, like an Arctic fox, it jumps and its heads, and all you see is the back end of the fox as they dive into the snow. And that's kind of what I feel like they do here, but I feel very good things here. Unfortunately, you're not an heiress. Oh well, not yet. But I like it. I feel like they will make movement. It's just it just takes. Uh, they'll eventually get used to taking the risk. It's like almost like the time frame it takes for them to get over their fear is becoming less and less and less and less and less exponentially. So I like it. I feel like there will be movement and there will be action. Um, when, when. Well, we got the full card, which is new beginnings, leaving behind old and new. So that is usually like pretty quick here. And with the movement of wands, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all, because it's the horse that's on fire. I feel like it's going to be very soon coming up here, like by the end of June, which is only what, 9 days. So very, very soon. If that's considered soon for you, you might be like, what? No, 9 minutes. But that's what's coming. So that's what they have for you, Aries rising. So appreciate your donation. Again, thank you so very much. And Brenda, hello, hello. Thank you for your additional donation. So you want to know what's expected between Braulio and you tomorrow. Oh, for a walk. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know here. Whoa, psh, what else here? Okay. Hmm. Okay. So I get clarity here. Any clarity? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Come on. Well, it feels very, you know, it's like stability in the outside world. And we got the Seven of Pentacles too, which is, I feel like they're a slow mover on things with the Seven of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Um, and we have the Strength card too, which is this kind of Leo, it's Leo energy. And so it's childlike wonder. But I feel like with all of this combined, they kind of just take this, they take things slow and they move very slow on things. Is this overall energy. And so I feel like they are just wanting to walk. They just like the journey. They want the adventure. They want to build a solid foundation. And so I feel like that's kind of the what's underneath, you know, the their intentions. You know, they want to enjoy it. They just want to go for this walk. And ultimately we've got the Queen of Wands and the Knight. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. So this is the romantic, this is the movement of emotion, but I feel like they're wanting to kind of also through this test and see what energy they pick up from you. I feel like this is them, and then they feel like this is you, this Queen of Wands who, um, you know, has this wonderful water connection underneath and has this kind of mystic kind of aura around them. And so they just want to check out your energy and check out, well, they first of all want to enjoy, the walk and talking and building that foundation, but they're also, it's kind of like a information seeking. Yeah, because they got the Hermit. So, they again, slow mover, more of an introvertish type of energy they have, but they're a very internal person, and so they enjoy really understanding and seeing who someone is, because there's a lot of people who don't take time to truly have, uh, like, deep conversations and realness, and they want realness, I feel. And so they go and they get to know people, um and I feel like that's what kind of, it's non-threatening, it's a wonderful place, it's walking, and they just want to build a strong friendship-ish foundation, but they also wanna get to know you, and they're just wanna pick up the vibes. They wanna see how things go, as well. So there, it feels like there's no, like, specific intentions other than fact gathering mission. That's what I was trying to think of. Um I feel if you are your genuine self, like that Queen of Wands, if you express yourself and you are you, and you don't try to put on airs, you don't try to be someone you're not, don't try to be who you think they think you think I think you think they think you should be, but you're just you. Yes. If you aren't, and um then they're just gonna feel like you're everyone else, that tries to put on airs, and they like true, authentic people, and that's the vibes they wanna pick up on. They're gonna go, "Are we gonna have a real conversation, or are we gonna have shallowness?" They want real conversation. So, I think he'll like you if you are you and not being someone else. Boom, right? Alright. So thank you so much, Brenda, and thank you for your comment too. I appreciate that. Yeah. And that's what you want from them too. So give what you want, and then you will get that back from them too. So I like it. I like it. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation, Brenda. And enjoy your walk. Enjoy, enjoy. All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? So we were up here. Let me just see how far we've gotten down here. We did Miss P. Oh, yeah. Mary the Aries. Hello, Mary, Mary. Okay. So I'm going to switch back over to the Star Tarot here. All right. If you get to me, I know almost not. I'm going to see how many more we have here, but I've been on for over 3 hours, so I might need to be checking out here. I will be back, though, which is I start my 2 times a day on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'm here at 11 a.m. in the morning Mountain Time, and then also 7 p.m. in the evening Mountain Time. So I'll be on 6 times the next 3 days, too. So be sure to come back if you haven't, or if I am not able to get to your reading. And also, I have a ton of free content on my main page as well. So let's take a look here. You want a general between Stephen, the Cancer. Oh, he has a birthday coming up, huh? All right, let's take a look here and see. Okay, let me reshuffle these here. All right. Oh no. Well, I pulled an extra card for you too, but we've got the Tower and we've got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is all about transformation and change and hold, and the Tower is things are moved out of our life on purpose for a purpose to make room and space for things that are meant for us in the future, to make, clear our path so we can move forward in a direction that's more in alignment with it here. So I almost feel like this is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I feel like there will be this movement and this change that comes in here. I know. Welcome back. What? I think that was for someone else. Pick new cards. But, I feel like this is, like, these are major arcana. So these are significant changes. And I feel like trusting that whatever unfolds is for us, and that if someone's moved out and there's this energy of that it's leaving, that to let it and trust it, and move into something. Because I feel like you are in this cocooning stage where you are letting things go and transforming, and you're becoming a butterfly, and they are still a caterpillar. And I don't feel like they want to become a butterfly. I feel like they're happy being their caterpillar, eating all the leaves. But you're wanting transformation, and they're not wanting transformation. I feel like they're wanting to stay where they're at and be who they are. So caterpillars are caterpillars, butterflies are butterflies, and butterflies don't carry caterpillars. Um, you've never seen one in nature, a butterfly carrying a caterpillar with them. And a butterfly doesn't walk along with all the caterpillars going, I really wish I could just fly, but they don't have wings. And then they get upset that I'm flying. And so anyway, that's what's coming in, Mary. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Good to see you, though. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. So continue moving down the list here. And so we got to Melissa. Melissa Hadzik. So you want to honestly know, does Dean miss you? All right. They do, but they keep reloading. But a bunch. That's like a joke, All right. So we are doing one card lightning round readings just to get a feel more in here. I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes here. Well, we got the Chariot card here, which this power of choice that comes in, and it just matters. It's like depends on the moment with them, with this power of choice that comes in, because every moment is a choice between unconditional love or fear. And when they go into fear, they don't miss anything. They're just freaking out. When they're in a loving, calming mood, they're like, oh, I remember. But I don't feel like there's someone who misses people anyway. I just feel that Chariot card, it's about movement, movement forward. It's like always, the Chariot doesn't have a reverse on it like a car does. Um, Although I know you can make horses back up, but it's very difficult. So they don't usually back up and look backwards and have regrets or miss people or miss things. They're all about movement forward, forward, forward. It's not about you. It's just that's their nature. It's like a grass fire that burns forward. It has no fuel to go back to. It just keeps burning forward, not backward. So I just don't feel it's in their nature and the normal part of them to do that. So it's not like personal. It's like they just don't miss anyone. It's like they don't even miss their family type of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what's coming through there for you. All right. Many blessings. All right, Kavita Soroha, you'd like a general reading. Let's take a look here. What do we have here? Oh, you got the High Priestess. So it is a time here to take a step back, get out of the chaos, out of all the noise, connect to the spirit world, go behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions. Quiet time, quiet time, quiet time. It doesn't mean you have to be a hermit, but it is an important time. Spirit wants to chat. Spirit wants to have some alone time with you, to tell you they love you and to give you other wonderful messages. So I feel like it's a time now that Spirit is saying it's really tune in to your intuition, your gut instincts, connect to your spiritual gifts and allow them to be expressed. So that's what's coming in for you. So many, many blessings to you. And I'm just scrolling down here and making sure I'm not overlooking anyone. Got a lot of conversation from the um, donations. So I just want to make sure here. Okay, we did that. We did that one. Okay, scroll, 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 scroll. Thank you guys for your patience here. Okay, we did those. Thank you guys so much for all your donations tonight, too. It allows me to live and make this my my income, and allows me to do so much. So you guys support and you guys help provide all the free readings and doing all this. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I know not everyone's able to make a donation. So I definitely am grateful for those who can, because that allows me to offer the free readings. All right. We are actually down to Shirley. Hey, Shirley, Shirley. We're almost to the bottom. All right. So, Shirley, you want to know what is going on with your friend, the Pisces, who you believed blocked you? Is this because he has feelings for you that he's running from? All right. Let's take a look here. You're cheating. Dun, dun, dun. Let's take a look here. We got the King of Wands. The King of Wands, would tell me that um feelings, just they're fiery, very fiery personality here. And I feel like, you're picking up on that they have an attraction, but I also feel like they're like this frying pan. They heat up fast in passion, but they also heat up fast in anger. And I feel like they will block you one moment and then befriend you the next and have this attraction, but then get upset and block you another moment. It just feels like they're sporadic and which Pisces energy. I know I have like a ton of Pisces. I got like 5 planets in Pisces. Um, Not my sun, but my moon and everything else. I get the Pisces energy where they'll leap out of the top of the pond into the sun, but then they'll dive deep into the darkness. We like the dark side of the pond to the depths of the pond, but then the fishy will leap out like, Orca the whale, psh, and then back into the water. So I just feel like that I don't feel like they're running, but I feel like they react very much. Passion, and then anger, and then passion, and then anger, passion, anger, passion, passionate anger, which can be fun sometimes, but not always. But so that's what I feel is coming in there, Shirley. So hopefully that makes sense. But many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. Actually, I think that is it. Everyone else. All those were the donations. So we are to the end of this session. And before we head off, just to make sure everyone knows, you still have a few more moments here. Whoops, let me bring up my. Oh, there it is. Um, to get into the drawing from the Take 10 with Zen. It's a new series that I started last week. It's a weekly um, video that's 10 minutes or under that we talk about different things of how to connect to spirit and how to understand ourselves more. And I answer questions from my subscribers too. But in this first episode, I did offer a 30-minute person recorded reading giveaway. So be sure to watch the video and do that. I'm going to probably eat a late night dinner, and then I'm going to close down the drawing and draw a winner and post. It'll be here in a couple hours at midnight, my time, at Mountain Time, um, the winner. So be sure to check that out. And then also every Monday, I do have also a giveaway. I give away at least one personal recorded reading. This one, I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. But here's the video on that. Every Tuesday, I do put out a donation. I put out a video, is what they're called, announcing when I'm giving away the following Monday, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. So if you want to get into that drawing too, check out that video. And if you haven't checked out your June monthlies, every month I do put out a video for each individual zodiac sign, and that's the playlist for that. And also, every week I put out at least one personal, I'm sorry, not personal, but pick a card reading. And this one was all about the solstice, and happy solstice, everyone. What is the solstice bringing you? And if you want even more messages, I have a ton of free content on my main page. If you just click on my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, there's a big playlist, and I have pick a cards out there. I have other series that you can watch as well. So a lot of free content. All right, but that is what we have. So again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you so much for being part of the Love Tsunami. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And until then, just know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great night or a great rest of your day, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.